Check it out. Fuck all that pretty shit. Taking it back to the gutter for you motherfuckers. There's no darling.
I did a swirl like Mars when I spit these bars. Come fuck with these stars up in luxury cars. We built them radars to stay free from the cops. Crucial choices to make like AC at a drop. Are we gonna stop? Shit, man, never my squad go broke. Your squad ought to choke. Watch your circle vanish like cigar smoke. Ain't no joke when your ones don't show. Nigga, I know. Might say been there, done that like Dre. Through hard work, I earned the vault. Promise God to never look back or I turn to salt. Got nice watches, nice cars, nice bitches and rings. Guess it's safe to say a nigga like me got nice things. Can't relate to motherfuckers who ain't got no cake. When you all fucked up, you can't get no break. When your fake ass friends don't help you out when you need it. Be on some real bullshit, politely tell you to beat it. Fuck that, get your own nigga, don't ask me for shit. That's what I did. Now they all asking for hits. Nigga, it's on. For the simple facts, I let it be known. We still fly but separately, cause now I charter my own. Come on, propellers, good fellas. Leave all them player haters jealous. Billboard charts should tell us they can't touch us. Why niggas bring the ruckus? Because release date's bigger than Mandela's. Motherfuckers.
Day they gotta fight, stay alive. It's just reality.
Check. These here's the dog years, and motherfuckers don't share. I try to bring it life, but motherfuckers won't dare. So I travel with the barrel, with the chrome, with the lead. When it's on, then it's on. The shots blown through your head. I've been rich, I've been poor, I saved and blown bread. Some say I've been here before because of the way I zone. Some say chicken songs like the fall in the Rome. Reoccurring, that he thinks like that cause he's observant. Won't be known till I'm gone and niggas study my bones. Mentally been many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. In the physical, unseen like a lost body. In fact, my thoughts don't differ much from that of God body. But it's the R-Shotty that got cats likening me to the Mark John Gotti. Rap dudes fighting me cause I got it locked like the late Bob Marley. Pardon me, y'all, the great Bob Marley. Solemnly we mourn all the rappers that's born. Niggas that got killed in the field and all the babies born. No, they ain't fully prepared for this new world order. So I keep it ghetto like sunflower seeds and quarter waters. You walk them through it, you know, talk them through it. Know these beats is more than music whenever I talk to it. Destined for greatness and y'all knew this when I doubled the pop. Had the shorty and the girdle coming out of BWI. I hated algebra, but I love to multiply. And I told my nigga Big I'd be multi before I die. It's gonna happen.
What's good?
The rap and the clapping, habit your ways. If that's my dope you're trapping, I'm clapping your ways.
What's happening? Who with me?
In these ghetto streets, and every day they gotta fight, stay alive.
Short show today.
It's just reality.
Short show today. Come here, damn it, feel good to be people up on it. Who with me? Let's get it. Let's get one in real fast.
Supreme schemes to get richer than rich and quickly. Niggas wanna hit me if they get me.
Let's get one in real fast. What's good with everybody? What's good, fam? How's everybody today? How's everyone feeling today? Feels like a Monday to me. I know today is actually Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday, correct? Feel like I've been away for a long time. I apologize. Monday, I'm not on because we do the King and I. Tuesday, I had things going on. Yesterday was crazy for me yesterday. Wednesday being today, we here, but we're going to do a little short situation because I want to spread some love today. People call me, not necessarily call me, but they reach out to me and they say, hey, Wyatt, what's a good investment, bro? What's safe right now? Well, there's no such thing as a safe investment. Actually, there is. One thing I know for sure, to be honest with you guys, whether you want to pay attention to me or not, is I know that the government will never go broke. What's going to happen if they owe China a bunch of money or a bunch of people that they owe credit, and they credit it out to? They owe trillions on top of trillions of dollars. What the fuck? What they going to do? Call a collection agency or some shit like that. We just owe you. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen if we owe China so much money? What they going to do? Cut us off? That kills their economy. So me saying that lets you know that one of the things that I feel is a good investment is the U.S. government. They'll never go broke. They'll never go broke. They can holler broke all the time, but what happens? Every time they cry broke, what do? Spend more money. They print more money. They may kill the economy by doing that. They may add a recession, but I don't think they really care. I mean, that's not the intent, but I don't think they really care. Let me put the comments up. I'm sorry, my apologies, guys. I just want to see what's up. There's a few people that are going to sit out today's show. We got off to a late start, but I'm here. And usually when you get off to a real late start, people decide they got other things going on. And that's cool. That's fair. But they might miss something today. I got a couple things I want to talk about. It's going to be short and sweet. And one of those things is the recession that's coming up. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I don't want to bore anyone. But once again, I got this long arm patting myself on the back because, of course, my family, the Wyatt-Live family, listened to me. Y'all listen to me. What did I say about 3 months ago? I said, you best believe there's going to be another rise in interest rates in the next 2 to 3 months. The feds have to do it to cut down on this recession. You understand? And I told you it was going to happen. And they have to do it. They have to do that. You know, that's a deterrent. Whether y'all know it or not, that's a deterrent. That's a piece of information that lets me know that the government does not want us to spend our money. They're trying to make it impossible for us to spend any money that you have and anything that you may have to finance. Okay. And what I mean by that is try buying a home right now. Home sales right now are 20% lower than they were a year ago. Yeah. Imagine that. Remember the housing boom for the last 3 years? Rates were 2%. You know, if you had anything 3%, people was looking at you like you was crazy. You know, property owners were getting sticker. In other words, they were getting the asking price for their property plus 2,000 or 3,000 over 5,000, 10,000. The higher the price of the property, the more they were getting over asking price. You had people bidding over the asking price for property. A year ago, you had real estate agents making hand over fist profits. Closing agents, inspectors, that industry was a boom. It was a boom. Finance companies, they didn't make a whole lot of money, but they made a lot of money. What happened is they built their book of business. And what I mean by that is instead of only having 200,000 customers this year for homes at, what is that? Let's say Wells Fargo, mortgage, instead of having 200,000 people, they may only have, they may only have 100,000 this year. However, now that 100,000 may make them more money than the 200,000 because the rates are probably higher and it's pretty much going to be double what they were a year ago. So now they got 100,000 less of a risk to make more profit. Boy, you got to love capitalism. You got to love it. You got to understand it to love it, though. You really do. But hey, let me just explain something to you. It's going to be this way. And I wouldn't be surprised if another hike in interest rates go up. I wouldn't be surprised. You got to look by December easily. Because after the primaries, they're going to try to keep everything, I'm not a political guy, but they're going to try to keep everything on an even scale. They're going to try to do some things, that's going to kind of be like, gas needs to be here, this and this and that, because you don't want everybody looking bad. But come the end of November, come December, real shit going to happen. And the feds are going to come in with probably another 0.75 in rate. You understand? And I told us a long time ago, I said, folks, what we need to do is we need to get anything that we need financed. We needed to do that 6 months, 8 months ago. Remember when I was like, get all your credit cards, consolidate them if you have to. Anyone that has a variable rate, which is a rate that fluctuates month to month, You need to get rid of that card and transfer it to a fixed rate card because you're locked in. Even if that fixed rate card was a little higher than what the going rate was on your variable card. And these are things we need to pay attention to because this is free money that we're giving away. You know, this is free money. When you have a variable rate, this is the time to get rid of those things. If your mortgage is in a, God, I hope you're not, and I don't mean to pick bear at anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. These are things you need to pay attention. It's very easy to get your mortgage or your credit cards online banking with them. Look at your account. Look at what the interest rates are. Look at the policy that you have as far as if it's fixed or if it's variable. That's very important, folks. That's very important because right now, if you have a variable rate, you're going in shark-infested water. You're going in an area right now that's going to probably cost you way more money than you probably know is coming. So please, folks, if you don't mind, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play one on the podcast. I just try to share a little bit of information that I may come across, some of the information that I've been victim, some of the things I've been victim to, I try to share it with the family. And I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, I've paid a lot of money in credit card fees. Another thing you may want to look at once you get established, if you don't mind, I'll share this one also. Stop paying annual fees to credit card companies. Stop it. They have a $48 annual fee. Why? You're going to charge me to spend my money on your card each year. Get rid of it. Call them and tell them if this is the only way that they can do business with you, I think I want to cancel this card. You can cancel a card while you owe them money. You just can't use it anymore. The interest will still occur and you still got to make your payment and everything, but they can't keep you in debt. And that's all they really want to do is make sure that they conveniently keep you in debt. So you can close an account, an active account. You can close it, but yet still make payments on it. You just won't have an active card. They want your card to be active. Now you can't owe somebody a barrel of money and think you about to go over there and shoot some shots. If you owe them $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and you over there hollering about a $48 a year annual fee, they're gonna laugh at you. And they're gonna say, "Oh, you want to leave? Okay, well, you just pay us our $7,000 or $8,000 back, and we'll part ways with you." That's cool. But if you're $1,000 card, $1,500 card, get that annual fee. Get that shit waived. Get it out of here. I don't care if it's $12, if it's $13 a year. Get it out of here. It's unnecessary. Trust me, they'll work with you. If not, there's cards that will. I never applied in my life. Well, I shouldn't say in my life. In my knowingly life, I've never applied for a card that had an annual fee. It's free money for the credit card company, and it's money that you shouldn't really be paying. All right, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. Shout out to all my real estate agents out there. Keep your heads up. It's going to get better. It won't get better in 2022. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not that they can't sell homes. It's just a little bit different now because people that are in the housing market about a year ago and you couldn't find anything because the inventory was low. If you couldn't find anything, imagine what you're looking at now. There are some real estate agents that know exactly what I'm talking about. A year ago, they were showing their clients a $300,000 house. Now, with rates going where they're going, that same client who's qualified for $300,000, the houses are, you're not going to quite get that same $300,000 house. You're not going to get that house. And the reason being is because of the rates. The feds are going up on the rates. Let's see here. I was going to use someone as an example, but I don't want to do that. It's a little too close to me. But yeah, there's some people that I know that are in the market of a home right now, and they have their real estate agent. They're not in Cincinnati, but they had to refigure their budget because with rates going what it was, they can't get as much house anymore. And they had children and things of that nature, and they wanted extra bedrooms and they wanted to live, pretty comfortably, and they probably can do it. But there's just some factors playing in right now that's going to control how much house they get for the money. And Last year, it was a seller's market. It's somewhat a buyer's market now. But buyers, you got to be willing to step up and pay a little bit more to be able to get what you want. Houses that people were getting sticker for or asking price for, they can't do that now. They really can't. They probably are holding on real tight to do it. But you give it a few more months and they'll let loose a little bit. They'll let loose just a little bit. And then eventually they'll start having people come in and see the house, touring the house, and then they won't hear from them again. Then they'll look at their house and be like, oh shit, what's wrong? We need to paint. What's wrong? Is it the crack in the front? Is it the cement? What is it? No, it's the price. It's the price. My neighbor directly across the street from me had his house on the market. He was trying to gouge people for that property. He still live in it. He's probably a 90-year-old man over there and his wife. And they was trying, when I seen how much they was listing that property. Now, everybody in my neighborhood, in my unit, in my area around here, not everyone was selling houses, but the people who put their house on the market, we probably had about 3 or 4 houses selling my area. I'm talking within my gate. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying 3 or 4 houses this year, 2022, sold, and every last one of them sold well over asking price. Well, that shit is gone. That's gone. Okay, so it's not too late for you to do your credit cards now. It's not too late to go ahead and finance a vehicle if you want, if you want to, but make sure you get a fixed rate. Make sure you shop, not necessarily cars, shop banks. That's important. Shop banks. Put your information on with a Capital One or some, with somebody out there, Wells Fargo. Do it online. See what you qualify for. See what rate they give you. And then when you go to the dealership, you'll have a pre-approved letter. And then when the dealership tell you, oh, we got you this payment, first thing you ask them, what's the term and what's the rate? In other words, how many payments and what's the interest rate? Your pre-qualified letter might be 6%. The dealership's rate might be 8%. Well, if that's the case, you got $75 more a month that you can put towards your car from a 2% rate difference. All right, this ain't money spending literature today. That's not what this is. But I like to share what a lot of people may know. I like to reinforce it. And for those that don't know, I love the fact that you're getting something out of it. Because it don't cost me a thing at this point. It don't cost me a thing to say this. It cost me when I didn't know. When I didn't know, it cost me. But I don't mind sharing. Shit, if I know that oven over there is hot, I'm going to let all y'all know. I'm going to let everybody know that oven over there is scorching. If you touch it, that's on you. But I let you know. Didn't cost me nothing but me to burn myself over there one day. But I don't mind spreading and giving information. I don't think anybody's ever come at me and been like, Wyatt, you stingy. I don't think I've ever really been stingy. But I will definitely share. Now, I don't cut checks, but I don't mind sharing the blueprint. How about that? That's my word. Y'all know I say that. Anyway, since we're talking about a little bit of money, let's get on this real fast. Let me see if I can put this shit up. If you're not in the Wyatt-Live, I know I was talking love, but if you're not in the Wyatt-Live Messenger group on Facebook, you missing it. You missing it. You missing it. All right? And let me tell you why. Because today, I don't know if y'all know, but I played the lottery a couple days ago or whatever the hell it is. I played that Mega Million. You can never have too much money. Mega Million got more money than everybody in this country, except for maybe these big elites. I'm talking about super duper dudes, Bill Gates and all that shit. But if Bill Gates didn't have $400 million or I'm sorry, if he didn't have $2 billion, $3 billion, $6 billion, he probably would be the one that would play because mathematically it only makes sense. When I say that, let me ask you this. Let me just say this to you. Who in here goes to the casino? Now, I ain't saying who addicted to the casino. I ain't saying who spent their last rent check at the casino or a car payment at the casino. I just said who enjoys the casino. Who enjoy going in the casino, spending and dropping a couple of dollars. And ladies, I'm gonna say ladies because y'all some liars. Ladies are the only ones that lie about how much you didn't spend in the casino. I don't know one lady, my mother-in-law, they kill me if they hear me saying this shit. I don't know one lady that don't go into the casino, and if she lost, she'll say, and my wife is guilty. It must run in their family. My wife is totally guilty of this shit. They always say, and fellas, what's that number? What's that number? Oh, I only lost $25. You a damn lie. You a lie. You know your ass lost more than $25. You know you lost more than $25 in the casino. Why do ladies, why is that y'all number? Or am I the only one living on planet $25? I guess so. I guess so. Every woman that I know that go to the casino, I don't care what she plays, slot machines, blackjack, shoot dice, poker room, whatever she do, she went in there with a hot ass $25. Oh, I only went in. So you went down at the casino at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night with $25. You a lie. You're lying. You're lying. But fellas, we'll tell the truth to a certain extent. A guy will go down there and lose $200 and say he lost $2,000. So guys always got to be more messed up. But women don't tell the truth about how messed up they truly are. We want to be more messed up. How much you losing? Man, shit, I lost. Man, shit, they beat me. Shit, let me see how much. Shit, I got about shit, bro. They beat me for about 2 bands. You didn't even take 2 bands in there. Shut your ass up. Guys lie all the time about how much they lost. But women, y'all lie all the time too. Y'all should be short. Y'all say $25. Am I the only one? Justin Sharp said it include me with the ladies. I always do, bro, because your wife probably right there. You don't never have my back on shit. I included you with the ladies a long time ago, bro. You didn't shut the doors on protecting my back, man. I can only depend. Listen, on this channel, I can only depend on God to have my 6. That's it. I can only depend on God to have my 6 on this channel right here on Wyatt-Live. Because y'all brothers, man, I tell you. Somebody said, he said that. Oh, what's going on, my man? OTO boxing class, my man. He says, guys exaggerate, women lie. That's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. Yeah, guys, man, I lost 2 bands. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Now, I ain't saying guys don't lose 2 bands. You know, we will go in the casino and lose $2,000 when we ain't got it. But let him lose 200 and let him talk to the right person. Let him talk to somebody. We'll floss even when we on our lowest moment. Even when we at our lowest spot. Went in there with a hot ass $135. When you walk out broke, you tell everybody you lost $2,000. Y'all punk ass $135. Anyway, let me just say this. The reason why I got on the casino is this. I don't know a safe bet in the casino. There's really no safe bet in the casino. Okay, you can play house games. Okay, every game in this casino where you're playing against the casino, that's a house game. The odds are totally against you. Even when they give you an odd-based bet, the odds are against you. When something's paying you 7-1, 8-1, number one, you're not truly getting that. You're not getting 7-1 even if you hit it. If you get 10-1, let's say you put $100, you put $10 on a hard 6 to fall. What you gonna get? It come 3-3. You put $10 down for the hard 6 to come, and what is it? What does that pay? I haven't played in a while, but it's a really good. It's an odd bet. I mean, it's a I think 9-1, 10-1, or some shit like that. My point is this: when you put that $10 down, you're gonna get $90 back plus your 10. 9-1. Thank you, been about that check. Got something for you today, bro. 9-1. We know who in the casinos. We know who at the crap table. Give me a hard 6. Give me a $10 hard 6. $10, 6 and 8. Hard. That was my bet. Anyway, it's a 9-1 bet. I'm doing the math and shit. I'm like, if I'm getting 9-1 on my money, thank you, Tim Scott. If I'm getting 9-1 on my money, and I'm about to make everybody right now who go to the casino and bet, I'm about to have y'all fucked up at the pit boss. Y'all about to be arguing with this motherfucker all night for this. How am I getting 9-1? You giving me $90 back with my 10. You are leaving me up. So you really giving me 8-1 because you can't pay me my money back. So you're going to make my money that I gave you part of the bet and part of the return. That makes no sense. You said I'm 9-1. You're giving me $90, right? Do they leave it up? If they leave it up, it's still in play, right? Then I think we cool. I think we would be cool if that's the case. But if you hit the number, they're going to give you $90. If you hit it, they're going to give you $90. Ask for your bet back. I didn't see them do some slick shit, bro. Yeah, that's how you got to do it. You got to leave it up, right? But if you bring it back, they're going to give you 90. Has that ever been done to you? Have you ever hit that hard 6, bro, and they bring you to 90 and your money is in that 90? It's like, wait a minute, you just stiff me for 10. You just rocked me for 10, bro. They slapped me for 10 and nobody even saying shit. Nobody even paying attention to it. Just watch your eyes up on that. If they can do it, they'll do it to you. But anyway, I got a better bet for you. The odds are totally against us. But what bet can you go into the casino? What bet can you go into Hard Rock Casino, Cincinnati, or Hard Rock in Orlando, wherever we at? Don't matter. What bet can you bet $2 and get a piece of $1 billion? I know the odds are a lot further apart than hitting the 9-1. But what bet? Here, let me just tell you, I don't play pick threes on the lottery, Ohio lottery. Let's use Ohio. I'm not a lottery player. God didn't bless me with that luck. God ever blessed me to be able to go into I'm never going to be a guy that go get rich out of a casino. Okay. And God has not blessed me with the fortunate luck of being able to be a lottery player and be a regular winner or a consistent bettor to make it make sense. Okay. But I can say that I am lucky enough or smart enough to put $2 on $1 billion. I don't play the pick 3. I don't play the pick 4. I don't play the daily. I don't do any of that shit. Okay. I know that I'm throwing my money away. But if I could play $10 and get 5 shots at $1 billion, anybody that's not doing that, whoever walks into a casino on a regular basis, you a damn fool. Your odds are a lot less to win the $1 billion. But why are you taking $200 into a casino to win how much? Now, Eric, you're gonna have some people in here lying. Man, I took a hot ass 200 and then I walked out with 22,000. Come on now. Ain't too many of those. I guess what I'm trying to get to is this. A lot of people ask me about investments. How do I make money? How do I do this or whatever? What can we do? What's a good investment? I tell you what a good investment is this Friday, get in our lottery club. Get in our lottery club. Now, I ain't saying we gonna hit. I'm not signing I'm not signing anything saying that we definitely gonna win some money. But I can't imagine somebody. Why wouldn't you want to bet $2 for a chance of $1 billion, but yet you will risk $10 to only win $90? To me, it just doesn't make any sense. And if you add up all the times you've been to the casino trying to win that same bet, the odds are even further away from you. So yeah, there's going to be millions of people playing the Powerball or whatever, the Mega Millions. But family, somebody going to win that shit. Somebody going to win it. Watch it be some old goofy person. I'm here to hate on them. I'm here to block that shit. It's time for us smart people. It's time for us who really need this shit to get this money. Who with me? Who with me? Anyway, let me just say this. Earlier, I ran a little pro Wyatt-Live in the messenger group, and I say we need to do this. I have a cutoff. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I have a cutoff till Friday at, I believe, 7 p.m. Let me see if I got it here. Yeah, there it is. There it is, fam. Look at this shit here. Let me blow it up a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, there it is. Wyatt-Live family Mega Millions Lotto Club this Friday, July the 29th. $1 billion. $1 billion. Let's win together, family. Let's win together. We can win this together. And let me just say this to you. I don't care how many people play. I mean, the more the better. Okay, the more the better. I'll put the information back up. I just want to explain the position here. The more the better. But let me explain the position here. I figure if we get, okay, the entry for us to play, and this is no profit for me. This is just me. Me being self-serving. Let me show you where I'm being self-serving. I figured if I can get an extra few tickets in the pool, I stand a better chance at winning just like you. I'm going to buy my sidebar piece. I'm going to go get me $10 more on the side. I get 5 tickets for $10. I'm going to do that shit and set it up. You know, it's going to be my family thing, my intimate family here. You hear me? Me, my wife, my kids. I got a mother-in-law who played the lottery every day. So I got to do that with them, right? But us family over here, this is what I'm saying to you. For 5 picks, it's $2 a pick. It's $10. We'll all put $10 in. I'm looking for 50 people. Now, I'm going to read the names of the people. I hope they don't care. I hope y'all don't mind. But I'm going to read the names of the people who's already sent their $10 in. They cashed at me to $ Wyatt New Era. Okay? Of course, there's a paper trail. I'm not going to jack you for your $10. I don't need the $10, but I could certainly use that damn billion. I would give China a run for their money for all the land they buying in America. I know y'all know about that shit, huh? I haven't talked about that yet. I just discovered that now the government not only has a problem with Bill Gates, now they're looking into why the hell is China buying so much land in America? You know, I better get off this grid because me putting my business out here on Wyatt-Live, it might make some people start looking at, oh boy, the same way. Like, why is Wyatt buying so much land? Now, I'm not matching Bill Gates, of course, and I'm not matching China, of course, but it's not a matter of how much you do. It's the fact that you're simply doing it. Put where to Cash App here. I will put it up. I was going to make a printout of it, but let me just, it's $ Wyatt, WYATT, new, NEW, era, ERA. I'm going to put it up. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it up on the phone number. I do have it up somewhere. I think I have it. Let me see if I still have it. I had it somewhere where I had Cash App, and I could probably let it stay up there for a while. I hope I didn't erase it. Let me put my tools on. Y'all stick with me because I want to explain. If we get 50 players, some of you already did the math. Some of you have already done the math. If we get 50 players, we basically have, I'm sorry, guys, we'll have 250 more picks, right? Oh, thank you, David. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for putting that up. David Herring put that up for us. I was going to put it up again. But you can always go in my DM and tell me that you want to be part of it. Okay? And if that's the case, like I said, it doesn't have to be someone that's part of the messenger group. It can be a Wyatt-Live listener. You can bring your aunts, your children in. You can bring anybody in, but it's $10 per play. Okay, so your $10 is allowing the family to get an additional five picks, 5 numbers. You feel me? I just figured, for $1 billion, why not all of us why don't we do this together? Because y'all going to be mad in the motherfucker if I hit that shit by myself. If I hit that thing, if I would have hit it, to be fair, because I'm a fair guy, because I don't care where the money come from. If we hit the billions together, we hit the billions together. Okay? But to be fair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on Friday at 7 p.m., that's the cutoff time. No more entries, no more money. I don't care. If you send your money after 7 p.m., I'm going to reject the Cash App. Okay? Because I don't want to be at the damn stores in the lottery lines at 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, racing to do this shit with my drawers on all crazy. And I'm out there all doing all this hustle. I'm not trying to make this a job. I'm just trying to have fun and let's just get rich. But I ain't trying to make this no job. I ain't trying to be your do boy. All right. But let me just be honest and say this. I will post all the names in the messenger group one time. Y'all can copy it. You'll have it on record. Plus, you have the record of sending me the $10 through Cash App. If you ever needed to sue me, there it is. Okay. If you ever thought that I would run off. But here's the thing I'm going to do. Once I run the tickets, once I go to the lottery place and run the tickets, which I'll probably have my daughter go do, and I'll have her come back, we'll have the tickets, we'll scan the ticket, and I will put the ticket that we purchased, I will scan it in the messenger group. That way everybody knows if we played 250 combinations, here's the 250 combinations. Here's all of the numbers that we can win off of. And everybody will have a record of it. Everyone will have a record of it. $1 billion. $1 billion. Okay, so we will have a record of the numbers because I don't want my numbers that I play on the side to be messed up and mixed up with y'all's. With ours on that side. Because if I went over there, I'm going to be honest and be like, hey, shit. Hey, I was over there. I wasn't over there. But best believe we going to have a damn party if I hit it over there. But together, prefer we hit it together. Because if we get 50 people, can you imagine 50 of us? If we hit the billion by ourselves, can you imagine what we could do together? With $1 billion split after taxes and all that old shit, we all might get somewhere in the realms of about 20 million apiece. Damn. I hope you can make it off that little measly ass $20 million. Damn. I hope your life will become somewhat a little better with 20 million. I know my shit'll be different. Yeah. Some of y'all would just throw it over on your kitty. I'm getting text messages now. I just got an Cash App from somebody. Sabrina Calloway just pitched in. Now I'm telling y'all. Let me run this down so far, if y'all don't mind. I'm gonna tell you who we got so far, and because I'm not shy about it. I love the fact that we do class participations, and I love the fact that let me go to the Cash App here and show you who we have so far. And the goal is to have 50 people. If we have 50 people, we have 250 more numbers that we can win off of. So I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. It ain't a long list because you know how people do. All right, Sabrina, I'm sitting back. I'm sending you your confirmation now. Sabrina Calloway just went in. Crystal Powell, Crystal Willwright, Antoinette Workman, A.N. Kinney, Tanya Hampton, Athea Finley. And this other person, I got a problem with this. Now, y'all can get mad at me if you want to. Okay, I don't know who you are, but here are the rules, and I'm gonna make those up right now. Like I've got this one. So here's an addendum to the rules. If you're trying to get in with us on this, I need your name. I need your name. You cannot Cash at me. I can't. Juicy, your name Juicy. I can't. Juice. You gotta give me your name. I'm not calling no grown-ass man Juicy. I'm not doing, I don't know if you're man or woman. I don't know. Juicy, send me your name, please. Whoever is Juicy, whoever cashed after $10 under Juicy, can you please send me your name? I'm not about, look, this is real shit. I'm not about to call you Juicy. Okay? I can't do it. And you might be Juicy, but I can't do it. I think I just got another one. I ain't gonna sit here and do this shit all night. If you send it by the end of the night, I'll probably go ahead and add some more. But it's very important that we do it. And yes, I am promoting it. Okay. Looks like Angela Satterfield came in. Miss James just came in. Fame just came in. Oh, I know he can do some things with that money if we were to win that. He'd have a sports book. Herring just came in. I'm telling y'all, this is the way to do it. And for those that don't have no job and you don't get in your office pool, here's your pool right here with the Wyatt-Live family, yo. What we got to lose? $10? Everybody in here has jacked off $10 probably last week. Black Russia says, what's the Cash App? It is $ Wyatt New Era. All one word, Wyatt New Era. Let me put the thing up again. And guys, the more we have, here it is right here. It is $. If you look right under the word $1 billion, let's win together, family. It is $ Wyatt New Era. That's the Cash App. Or if you have my cell number, it's under that cell number. It's all under the same account. And I just say, listen, by the time, look, we have till 7 o'clock Friday night. I'm willing to put the work in till Friday, Saturday. If we get 50 people, we got 250 more entries. Now I'm going to take my little punk ass $10 myself on the sidebar with my wife and kids and shit like that. I'm going to buy us 5 tickets with my punk ass $10. That's just, I got to do that. That's what we do. Okay, we don't play the lottery until it get ridiculously large. And right now, it's ridiculously large. I'm telling you, fam, this is how, look, I can't guarantee we gonna win, but damn it, we gave it a shot. We gave it a shot. All I can say is, listen, can you imagine the story that would be on national news? They would take all of our clippings, all of what we're doing right here on Wyatt-Live right now, and they would say, this man just made 50 millionaires. He made 50 millionaires. What? I can hear it. I can hear it now. $10 investment, and they have 50 millionaires. This is what $1 billion is for. I can't think of anybody who deserves it more than we do. The shit that we doing right here, right now, trying to incorporate, it's some of y'all that's going to play that don't deserve it. But I'm probably one of them. Because I told you God don't bless me this way. He's blessed me in so many different ways. I don't think he wants me to be a gambler. I don't think he wants me to be a bettor. I don't know if he really wants me to do that. But I think he understands when I see $1 billion and I can make a one-time bet. Am I chasing the 3-digit every week? That's not what I do. Not day to day. I can't even do it. I can't even remember the last time I played the 3-digit lotto. For those that do it, rock on. That's what you do. That's what you do. I have no problems with people that do it. It's just not meant for me. However, $1 billion, even when it's up to 500 million, folks, we can do the same thing. We'll just bring the number down. Right now, I think $10 is a lot, but considering the payout, it's not a lot. When it's up at 200 million, we'll drop it down to $4. $4. This is the best investment club you're going to get. That's how I feel about it. There's no guarantee in it, but it's a minimal risk. The only way, I'll be honest, I shouldn't say this, but I got to say it. I've only known one person that's in the public eye that's made hundreds of thousands of dollars on, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on a $1,000 investment. And I'm not trying to make this political. This is just something that I know for a fact that happened. And it's been happening. I can show you, I could tell you many stories, several. I remember years ago, Bill and Hillary Clinton invested $1,000 into a company. And of course, with politicians being the head of the storm of a lot of votes and things of that nature, within 3 years, that $1,000 investment was worth like $220,000. That's impossible in the real world. It wasn't 3 years that they were in that they put $1,000 into a position, a stock, and it made them 200 and something thousand dollars, close to 220,000. You regular people, that don't happen to regular people. Nancy Pelosi, her husband he just made a $5 million investment into a company that is being subsidized by the United States government, and Congress is voting on it, and it's in the chip industry. You know, I don't know if it's Intel or one of those, but it's one of those type of situations. That shit is for them. They know what's going to happen, and these people are going to get millions on top of millions of dollars for making these investments. So I'm trying to understand how, first of all, that shit is legal. Second of all, why us, the people, don't have a problem with that. And third, why would somebody listen to somebody like that and they supposed to be talking for us, but they don't live like us? You always talking about how elite somebody is. You always talking about how privileged they are. You always talking about this and this and that, but you live just like them. How the fuck you gonna talk for me? How you gonna tell me what the people need and you don't even live like the people? You got millions of dollars. You investing every day on downfall, on people's needs, on chaos. You invest in chaos. And you want me to believe that you want the shit to be right? If it was all right, how would you make your money? So who thinks it's fair that a politician's husband, who knows what the government is about to finance and give subsidies to, what companies, her husband now knows this, and she could tell him, yeah, honey, put the barrel in that shit, because the government is going to give them $2.6 billion to make it a household company in America. And you go put $5 million in it, and then when it passes, your $5 million now looks like maybe 60. Sounds shady to me. And here's the thing. I know there's some people right now tripping, talking about, oh, Wyatt, he on that shit about them damn Democrats. This ain't got nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans, because Republicans do the same shit. It's just funny. The irony is a lot of Democrats think that's what Republicans do, but they fail to say Democrats do it too. That's my biggest thing, is the hypocrisy. And we're watching it in full 4K right now. So us folks right here, us normal people, let's get some of this billion. How can we get some of this money? And I promise when we win, I ain't gonna tell you shit. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. You can jack it off. You can do whatever you want to do with your share of the money. I'm gonna have one show for the Wyatt-Live Lotto Club after we win this money. And it's just going to be very simple and clear. If you fuck your money up, don't ask me for nothing. That's it. That's it. I'm going to still be right here giving nobody how to spend their money. I ain't going to do nothing. You on your own. You can go buy a fleet of cars. You can go do whatever you want to do. Me, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, baby. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. They're going to be wondering why the hell. I think the feds, I think the United States, I think I'll be in USA Today. And I think they'll be asking, why is Wyatt buying so much more land in America? I think we got Captain, I think we got a problem here. We got a black man buying acres in South Florida. We have a black man buying acres in the courts of Utah. Yeah, I don't know. He bought 200 acres. If you want to know what to do with some of your shares of money, I got you. I'll tell you. I'm not going to force you. You might want to invest in that Wyatt-E, the Wyatt Energy. We can talk about it later. Get your money, get your check. Let's let them put the ink on the check first, and then we'll talk. How about that? But I can't wait. Let's see how many we get. By tomorrow. No, excuse me. By Friday. We got 2 days. We got 2.5 days to get the numbers up. Please don't send more than $10. I had one person, Crystal, did it. She sent $20 because she wanted her daughter in it. Okay, that makes sense. So let's make it make sense. If you send $30, you have to specify the people that's all involved. Like Crystal Wheelwright sent $20 in. So she actually has 2 plays because she named the family members that are involved. It's herself and her daughter Mia. I get it. Cut and dry. But Juicy, how I'm supposed to pay you, bro or sis or he or she or them? I don't know what you are. How am I supposed to pay you? How are we supposed to know who Juicy is? And let's be specific, man, because I don't know who your cell phone plan is. I don't want no litigation. Here we got a check for you for $13 million, and everybody with that had your little cell phone with the minutes on it and shit. I'm Juicy. No, I'm Juicy. No, I'm Juicy. I was Juicy. That was my line. That was me that sent that. I need a name. I need a real name to be able to put on the tax form. Don't send me no damn Juicy. All right, so let's get to some serious. That is serious, but let's get to some stuff. Who with me? Who with me on this one? All right, I talked about the Feds moving the rates, bang, bang. Talked about the mega millions, bang, bang, but I will bring back up a little bit of that. I will bring a little bit more of that. 2 things that I got to discuss before we get out of here. One of them is this. Now, y'all know, I've even been accused of capping. See, that's the young boy term. So I use it because it was the last time I can remember being told that I was capping for somebody. Pardon me. I've been told that I cap for the police, which I think in today's young world is meaning that I'm co-signing, that I think they do no wrong. That's crazy. Y'all know better than that from me. I just give a different opinion on how some things go. But damn it, CPD, Cincinnati Police Department, you know what? You make it really tough for me to defend you. I mean, even a rational thinker can't get you out of this bag. In the city of Cincinnati, here's what happened, though. Y'all know there was a case going on down at the federal building. Black cop calls a young man the N-word. White cop calls a young lady the N-word. They go to trial. They take it to court. Reverse discrimination. The white cop gets reprimanded more than the black cop. Reverse discrimination. The black cop goes in and testifies and admits to everything. He wants back pay once his charge got reversed. It was a bunch of bullshit, right? Well, what that does is a lot of cases bring information. When you suppress information in court, bring out other situations. When you bring out other situations, it hits the public. The media get a hold of it. And then it becomes a story. Even if it was a year or 2 ago, it becomes a brand new thing. Well, there's a cop. Let me see if I have her face. I ain't trying to do all that. Like, I didn't get a preacher name. He next. This cop right here, this police officer for Cincinnati Police Department, this lady was riding down the street on duty, had her body cam on. Y'all all know about this, but if you're from out of town, they may not know about this. Had her body cam on. And a little black boy ran out in front of her or whatever he did, being a little dude, being a little boy. I don't care if he was a badass. I don't care if he was I don't care what he was doing. I don't care if he was walking to school, minding his own business, and he got straight A's, or if he was little Ricky, pretty ass Ricky, selling dope on the corner. What she said out of her mouth was not called for. Anyway, this little boy, she said something, they said something, and a little exchange went on, and she, on her panic mode, in her own voice, she says, I'm paraphrasing, "Them niggers, I can't stand them. None of them. All of them. Now, y'all know I added a couple. But she said probably about 2, 3 of them. And I'm paraphrasing, like I said, what was actually said. But what was said, I heard it on the news, and it was just too much. Now, my biggest thing is this. Y'all know, like they say, I cap for the police. I don't think I cap for the police. I think when things happen, I need more than 5 seconds of a video. Well, when this lady said all of that, I instantly got into that mode that I tell people. If I see something wrong, I'm going to head the story. I'm going to be the first one that has something to say. I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to lead the way. Well, this lady, if I could get a hold of Iris Rowley, which I haven't had time to do that. If I get a hold of Iris Rowley, if they need anything from me, which they probably don't, I'm first in line to sign anything or to say anything that needed to remove this officer from the Cincinnati Police Department. And I don't know how good it's going to work. They have unions and they have situations. I don't know exactly what will happen, because generally what happens is with cases like this, they go off to some small municipality and get another job, especially now with how police officers are needed throughout the country. She won't have a problem getting another job. But I do know what I care about, and that is anybody like that does not deserve or need to be on the streets of Cincinnati. I don't know if anybody disagrees with me on this. Y'all need to hang up. I don't think this is meant for you. This program is not meant for you. This lady called this young man within herself. She didn't call it to him. She said it like her body camera wasn't on the video. Maybe she didn't know it was on. Maybe she forgot. Maybe she didn't care. I don't know. Maybe she lost it. Doesn't matter. You said what you said, and it was in your heart. And see, I'll go back to what I said before. I don't believe black cops, white cops, Asian cops, any cop should be saying the N-word to the public. I don't think it should even be part of the vocabulary, period, as a police officer, on or off duty. That's just my opinion. I'm going to take a phone call real fast, and then I want to finish up on this topic a little bit. I am sticking on my guns. This police officer has no business on the streets of Cincinnati, Ohio, or any street. I don't care where she lives. You could live in Utah and be in an area where it's 99.9% white. This individual has no business having authority, a gun, and a badge, making decisions of public people. None. That's a scary situation. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's Black Russia. Good evening.
Black Russia, what's good with you, man?
Hey, bro. Sent you that cash app. I'm trying to get in on that, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you, brother. I'm going to check it out here in a second. And yeah, you'll be hearing from me by the end of the show. I send out all the confirmations. I've seen several other people have sent it in since I've talked about it.
That's a great idea, bro. I commend you for thinking about that, because when I was working at certain jobs, there was only one particular job out of the multiple I had that we actually had a pool. And like we made sure we did that every single week. And like, that was mandatory. So great thinking on your part to get that going. Over $1 billion? Are you serious?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, you're responsible for organizing potentially 50 to 100 millionaires.
That's what I'm talking about. And see, most people, let me just say this, I'm gonna shoot a shot. Most people don't want to make $1 million the way I have it planned out for them to make it. All right, because it consists of doing the work. All right, some people don't have what it takes. I'm just being honest. But it don't take much to get it $10 of us to go get that billion. And if that's the way we got to get it, damn it, let's go get it.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, if we can get 50 millionaires, hey, bro, I'm the happiest man on this planet. I'm telling you, this is a story that can be told.
We'll be on the news. There's no question. We'll be all out. Well, I won't be live because I'm going to go in there anonymous. So, like, you know it's me, but, like, I'm going in there with lawyers and stuff like that because, you know, Ohio, you can be anonymous.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So you going in, you're going to be the Eddie Kane of the group. You're going to just divide the temptation.
Hey, you be the front guy. Everybody who was down there, everybody got these lawyers down there.
See, it's always going to be one that going to do some different shit. He going to get his team going to handle his stuff.
Like that. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Allowed you to do that.
No, I'm just kidding. It would be wise.
Yeah, I know, bro. It's all good.
It would be,
other states, Michigan, you got to show your face.
Yeah, I don't want to show my face. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want to show my face. I think the only time, listen, let me say this to you in fairness, Black Russian, and you can have it. If we win as a group, I probably will have to show my face because being the person that organized it, there's going to be stories. There's going to be people that want to know. I will probably have to show my face. But in fairness, I'm going to be honest. If I win it off on the sidebar with my family, my daughters and my mom and my wife, y'all never know. Yeah, I'm staying anonymous, and I will send my legal team in there to handle it because of other reasons. Okay, but if we do it together, I'll stand tall and be proud of it because I'm not gonna get the same amount of money that I would get if I did it on my own. If we do it all together and get 20 million a piece, that would be great. But if I'm over there and I get it done and I get 60 or 70 million, no, I can't show my face on that. Can't do that.
Right. No, we're talking about 700, 600, 700 billion. That's a billion.
I know, bro. I know. But, chances are not one person, not one number will win it. It'll probably be a collective amount. You see what? It'll probably be, in that number, it'll probably be 10 people. That's my guess. Right. I mean, that would be fine. I mean, keep in mind, you're talking $1 billion, and then by the time you tax and do this payout, the only suggestion that I would tell people is to take the buyout. And that would be less money. Yeah, we get less money, but let's take the buyout, y'all. And the reason why, that's part of the deal. Okay, we got to take the buyout. I forgot to put that rule in there. Black
That's
Russia.
Okay.
We got to take the buyout.
You don't want to get the stipend.
No, we don't want the stipend. I don't want to be on a 20-year plan or a 30-year plan. And the reason being is because that means every month a check, they would send the money to the person who go cash the check, the ticket, and then that person would have to be responsible for issuing out each payment. I ain't doing all that shit. Y'all not about to work me. You're not going to work me. So let's just get the buyout. I get the buyout, and then everybody get their money. Everybody line up your lawyers. You can take it out your fee. Line your lawyers up, and we're going to keep it all the way funky. We're going to keep it the way it need to be, and we're going to have 50 millionaires. Let's get it.
I get that.
Let's get it.
No multiplier. I mean, I like the multiplier, but we're not doing that.
Right.
Just to be even, right? Yeah.
So if everybody can get 20 million, I'm cool with that. 25, 30 million, that sounds about right where it would be.
Shit, I'm cool with that.
$10. Let's get it. I'm right. What's on your mind, though, bro? What's happening?
Hey, I heard about the story you were discussing with Officer Victorino. Look, man, I don't disagree with you. She shouldn't be on the force. But see, the problem is the old retired police chief, Isaac, messed it up for everybody to get her off the force.
So this happened some time ago. How long ago did that happen, Black Russia? You probably know.
About with the black guy and the white guy, it was like within the same year. I want to say it's about 3 years ago.
It was like in 2018 is what I'm understanding with the two guys.
About 3.5 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, the black guy and the white guy.
It happened all in the same time frame.
Right. But when did it happen with this officer, with the white lady? When did that happen? Do you know?
I think in the last 30 days, 60 days.
Oh, that's recent?
The white lady was fairly recent.
I didn't know that because here's what I heard. It just
got out because they had to hand out discipline. They took her badge to do an investigation and all that, and they just took her badge and her gun.
Okay, so is she under suspension at this moment?
Yeah, they got her badge and her gun.
Okay, so I mean, have you heard anything on the recommendation of what they're trying to do, or is it just going to be the normal union take her off desk duty and do all that?
Well, the mayor, Avtab wants her gone. He wants her fired.
Well, I'm proud of him for that.
That's coming from top. Now, whether that happens or not, city manager's going to probably go with what the mayor wants. However, like you just indicated, the unions will get involved because what they typically do with the unions is that they look at the pattern of discipline in similar situations. That's why I say Elliot Isaac messed up on this one all the way.
Okay.
Because the pattern was the black guy, remember he got out there when the guys was drinking and fighting, and he, said the alcohol that he got, and I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets fight discipline. So then the white guy was the guy that got smacked by the black chick. I don't remember that. That was on camera too, which this black chick smacked the white guy.
Yep.
And then he said, that nigga just smacked the shit out of you, something like that.
Right.
Where he dropped it. So then he gets worse discipline. So then somebody points out to Isaac, hey, Isaac, you just gave the white guy worse discipline to the black guy. So he had to go back and give the black guy different discipline. This is why we got litigation.
Right.
So now you got the white lady who basically used the same word not necessarily the same it's the same context. Period. We can't even change the context. We're in a different scenario, and now they want to try to fire her. I don't think they can do that, Wyatt.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, there's gonna be tough because you should have had the black guy fired, you should have had the other white guy fired, and now you're gonna have her fired. That you can't just start changing unless they change the policy, unless they have gone in and since then and change how they discipline and how they deal with it. They can have a no nonsense rule, and of course the union is gonna have to agree with that. I don't know if the police union will agree with that, but
no, they won't.
Yeah,
they won't.
I mean, you know, the union's going to have to agree with it, and it's going to be it has to be part of their policy. But you know, because the public cry, that's not going to change any of their policy, right? For this particular case, I just don't think so. But it might be safe for this individual to go to desk duty or to be fired. I mean, to be fired. Desk duty when they come back and just go ahead and try to relieve her. You know, and if she knows better, she probably would want to just go ahead and relieve her, you know, kind of walk away. She's not going to do that for pension reasons and all of that. But to be honest, she really should walk away, bro, and go get a job. It's not hard for an officer to go get a job these days.
Well, no, it's not. But the amount of money they make nowadays, it's going to be really rough to find the same amount of money in a different profession. So, I mean, she's not going to quit. I could pretty much guarantee that. I don't think she's going to quit. What's going to happen is they're going to probably go through a process. They're going to probably try to fire her, and then she's going to lawyer up, go through the union. And this is the problem right here. If they try to fire her and they go through the process and everything, appeals and the union and all that, get the litigation, and they come to the determination that because of past practices where they haven't been fired for that, she's going to get all that back pay for not working, and the taxpayers look for that. This is why I blame Elliot Isaac, and he's a good dude. But for this particular reason, he didn't set the precedent as a black man. And you get another person who in a professional setting, period. Forget it being a police officer. In any professional setting, I don't use that terminology. I can use it on the radio or whatever like that, and I might get dinged for it for whatever reason. But I'm just simply saying what they said. I don't use that in my professional life. But the reality is the black guy messed this up because he had an opportunity, even though we're a black guy, to set a standard that said you can't use this type of language in the profession, period. I don't care if black, white, or purple. And he didn't do it.
I agree.
But
now let me ask you a question on that. Let me ask you a question on that, Black Russia, because I did do a show on this last week. I think it might have been Thursday or Friday, and I showed the video of both incidents between the white cop and the black cop, both using the N-word. And I don't think that the black cop should have used the N-word any more than the white cop. Okay, that's just my opinion.
Yes.
I also showed a clip from Boys in the Hood, all right, to show you how, you know, because I've been hearing on other platforms and radio and all that it's okay for black folks to use the N-word because it's an endearing, you know, we mean it a different kind of way. And I have to totally disagree with that because whenever you see or you hear about, you know, you can even use it in the movies. Okay, I know movies aren't real, but a lot of people take movie situations and music situations, and it's out in the streets, you know. And when you see a black man shoot another black man, I ain't never heard him, or I ain't never not known him to be like, oh, take that in. You know what I'm saying? Take that, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We use it in a good way and we use it in a bad way, but I think we shouldn't use it in any kind of way, quite frankly. That's just my opinion. And
especially professionally. I agree to a degree. I'll say especially professionally. I'm a job trained.
I'm referring to professionally. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm referring to professionally because I've slipped up. I've said some things on here. Like, you know, I might use the N-word in that sly kind of way, you know, because I'm trying to describe a certain situation. I'm not Mr. Good, bro. All right. We have no reason to sit back and think that it's worse coming from one person than the other. I just played you a Boys in the Hood clip last week showing that. Remember the black cop in Boys in the Hood and
Lawrence, what he had your boy hemmed up with Ice Cube.
Yeah. I mean, those are black cops that's using the N-word, no different tone no differently than a white cop. And there's black cops that use it in that sense, and they mean it in the same sense. They mean it the same way. So it needs to be totally eliminated, especially from a professional level. Do you really think a black executive company, a black law firm, or do you think a black accounting firm, all black, Like on Boomerang. Remember the makeup company where Eddie Murphy was the person, he was in marketing, and they were all black,
Yes.
no white people, all black. Do you think they walk around and knock on each other's door? Hey, where we going to lunch today, my nigga? They don't do that. In a professional setting, they don't do that.
I don't know where they do that in real life.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think a law firm, knock on each other's door and, hey, what we gonna do today for lunch? We're gonna go get some of them ribs and shit. I mean, do you really think we're gonna do that? That ain't what we do. So why should we accept it from a police officer being black? Definitely, you got more of a problem than a white one saying it. But I think it's in the same level. I think when that black police officer said the N-word, he said it like he was talking down on people. He was like, y'all got all this alcohol on y'all. Y'all ends don't know how to act out here. See, that's classifying people in a lower level. You understand what I'm saying? He's trying to say, that y'all less than. He used it in the same sense.
Yeah, he was trying to portray them as ignorant people.
Absolutely. So, I mean, of course, man, listen, I'm on the, nobody should say it, but white people definitely shouldn't say it as a police officer. I'm just being honest, man. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. It shouldn't be said by anyone. And the level of suspension or expulsion from the force should be even. But yes, even to me, I feel like if a white person says that as a police officer, it is a little worse than a black cop. I'm just being honest with you. Being personal and being honest, it definitely is a different feel for me. But I just have to say, I don't think any of them should say it. I just don't. I can't support it.
Right. And I agree with you. I mean, coming from white folks, it means it's going to feel different for sure. But in the context of professionalism, this is why I look at the black man who is at the top of the police force and say, why weren't you consistent? Like, why did you have a different standard for the black guy than the white guy? And now we got a white female in charge, and she got a white female, she got a discipline, and Avtab's a brown guy, so he's gonna go for like the gusto, saying she could be fired. City manager's a white guy. It's like, it's just not consistent to me. Like, I mean, should she be fired? Yeah, but if I say that, I gotta have a black guy fired and a white guy fired. Like, they all have to be fired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the righteous stance for me. I mean, we're gonna just say, white folks, you say you're fired, and black guy, we'll give you a slap on the wrist. I'm not okay with that, because like you said, in the Boys in the Hood, when dude had Trey and Ice Cube and him up, and he caught him niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, he was degrading them. You know what I'm saying? He had gun in his face and everything. And I mean, the white girl was off the chain. She said, I fucking hate niggas. That's what she said.
Right.
I was like, wow.
Listen, man, she has no place on the police department anywhere in this country, quite frankly. That's just my personal opinion. I think that only bad can come from her being on there. There's no excuse. Did you hear the excuse about she get it from rap music?
Rap music? Yeah, I saw that.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
She pulled out everything.
Come on, man.
Even Dan Hills couldn't defend her on that one.
Yeah, man, she'd been better off saying she was having a heat stroke at the moment or some shit versus it was the music. You can't do that.
Right.
I mean, this lady definitely needs to be removed. If there's anything that I possibly can do to make that happen or be part of whatever the movement is, y'all can count me in. I can't vouch. I can't try to justify. I don't care if she got a black husband, 2 black boyfriends, a step uncle that's black, and 3 mixed kids. It don't make no difference to me. She needs to be removed and removed today, right now.
Yeah, I hear you. But would you have the same energy for the black guy, though?
Well, I don't have quite that same energy, but he needs to be removed. He is removed. He's no longer on the force, okay? But I do have that energy because I've gone through that, bro. A lot of people don't understand where I've been in my life as an early age. I've been told by black police officers some shit that no white cop has ever told me, quite frankly. And I'm just being honest with you. I mean, I ain't gonna say no names, but I had black policemen going in my pockets when I was a young man taking my money. Report that if you want to, little nigga. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I had that. It wasn't the white cop that did that to us down on the block. It was the black cops. So
Man,
I'm just being honest.
I remember I was in everybody's records right there on Montgomery Road, where I'm from. That's my hood. Going there with my brothers. We in there looking at CDs. We're not even like trying to steal them. We got money. My mom was a police at the time. And there was this black female officer that walked around following us around the store. So we get outside the store. She follows us all the way out the store. And we talking to ourselves, like, you see this black chick trying to follow us around the store, we about to steal something. And she busted out and yelled, yeah, I'm following y'all like I'm your motherfucking mama. So we looked at her like, you don't even know who my boy is.
Right.
So my mom ended up catching up with her, having a few words with her. But I said to say, yeah, the black officers, bro, they be off the chain, bro. They really are.
Yeah, and that
that's
word,
wild.
that N word ain't an endearment. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like when he told them, I'm not trying to come down on the black cop when this is a white cop conversation, but I'm just being honest. I'm just trying to put this thing on a balanced scale of ignorance. And I think when black cops say it, and they say it in a way that's degrading people. And here's the thing, bro. The streets can say it because that's where it belongs, is in the streets. That's what make it the N word, is the streets. That's what it is. So if you got some people running around talking about N this and N that, that's how, if they want to live like that and talk like that, that's cool. That's what they do. But you as a professional, you don't stoop to that level. You don't supposed to refer people to those terminologies. I mean, it's almost, it ain't quite like a cop calling a kid a thug, but like if a cop, looked at someone and judged them and said, you a thug out here because of the way he's dressed, that would be wrong. You see what I'm saying? But if he catch him doing thug stuff, I guess it's okay to call him a thug at that time. You out here robbing people, you doing this and this and that, you being a thug. But when you say you out here drinking and doing all this old crazy madness shit out here, this alcohol got all y'all niggas out here acting funny, acting crazy. See, that's a degrading you. That's like using the word thug and putting it in a thieving person, of no good individual. So you can't use the N word classifying a group of people that's doing something bad and try to convince me that word has an AG at the end, an ER, or any of that. It's all the same. You meant it the same way that the white person meant it.
That's why the chief, I'm really, like I said, I really like the chief, but he should have came down hard on that first one. Like, as a black person in a profession, you would have thought that he'd have come down hard. Like, we can't use that type of language in this profession, period.
Black Rush,
I
got a question for you, bro. It just came to my mind because when I did this story, you the perfect person to answer this for me, bro. You mind? Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Listen, I did the show on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. I think it was Friday. And I showed the video and I told everybody how I felt about the black cop saying what he said. And I said everything and I said the white cop. But when it came down to the discipline, I had a problem with the chief at the time. Now, I know a lot of people going to think I'm shooting shots at the chief. I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you that something about this discipline thing rubbed me the wrong way. Do you know in the report that it said that the chief didn't know that the cop that said this, he didn't know he was black? And it was just a slap on the hand just because he just gave him a slap on the hand. Do you honestly believe?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, come on, bro. That's on file. That's on record. It's on record that the chief didn't know that the cop that he slapped on the hand who said the N-word was black. He didn't know that.
I don't even believe that.
That's what I said last week. When I said it and brought it to the table, I'm like, come on, man. You cannot tell me that the chief of police who reviewed one of his soldiers or one of his people out there, they support one another and they want to see what's going on and they want to make sure they're being treated right. They got each other's back. You can't tell me that the chief who signed off on a disciplinary because the cop used the N-word, you can't tell me him, especially him being a black man. You can't tell me he wasn't curious. Was this white officers?
They got black code in CPD.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you can't tell me. Yeah, of course they got black code. You can't tell me that the person who's signing off on the discipline didn't look at the paperwork and be like, oh, this is officer such and such. Yeah, he black. I'm not saying that that's played a part in the decision of getting him a slap on the hand, but I think it might have had something to do with it, bro. But when you say you didn't even know he was black, but then you knew the other one was white, but you gave a harder discipline to one of the other, that's just a bad look. It don't.
Does it make sense to you?
No.
That doesn't make sense to me.
He knew that man was black when he said that. He knew the other one was white when he said it. And I think that, I know a lot of people probably mad because, we supposed to support our hierarchies. Okay.
Right.
If they black.
I think Isaac did a great job as a chief. I'm not saying this isn't like a blip on the radar. Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah, what I'm saying?
But you can't tell me that you know the dude was black and the other dude was white.
Yeah, but that's in the report, bro. And I'm
I know
trying to say
that's
that
fact, bro.
sometimes, I mean, that's just as ridiculous as the white lady saying that she got the N-word. She feels like she can use the N-word because of the music. You know, that's the same type of shit to me. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Shit. Yeah, you're right.
That's ridiculous. So we gotta pay attention, man. You know, like you're right, Black Russia. Chances are this lady who's white who needs to go. I'm first to tell you. I'm not defending it, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna be honest and tell you, it's gonna be a hard day to get her removed. They're going to have to make her ass go to PT every morning. They're going to have to do something to try to make her quit because you can't just flat out fire her. As much as I want her to go, as much as I love to be down there in the office and fire her myself, I just don't think they're going to be able to do it.
I don't think so either. But we have nobody to blame but the African-American chief, though, on that one because he didn't take that type of language seriously. And that's the only way I can frame it. Like, as much as good as he did trying to police the city during his tenure, he missed the ball on this one a lot, bro.
Well, just imagine if this case would have never went to court. That case with the two police officers, black and white one, who both used the N-word. If that never would have hit that federal court, this case that we're talking about right now probably wouldn't even be this police officer. This wouldn't be a conversation. So my question,
over the shut. Yeah.
My question is, how many other police officers, whether white or black, have been disciplined for using the N-word? Now that's something that a lot of people can dive into in the Cincinnati area, and they can talk about this shit for days on top of days.
Oh, you can get a public records request for that one. That ain't hard to find.
Well, I'm sure there's some people working on that right now. That's not up my alley to do. I'll let the people that need all the chaos and all that shit and who want to, holler about the police and do all that shit. Hey, have at it. Wyatt made a suggestion. Go out and get the public records to see how many of your cops out here using the N-word. You might be shocked.
That's an Iris Only job. She should do that. She's like a counselor or a consultant for them. She should be on top of that.
Yeah, maybe she will be. But I'll tell you one thing: they may be into a rude awakening. They may find out that the N-word didn't come more black officers' mouths than white officers. So
probably
you just never know.
I wouldn't bet against that.
I wouldn't either because of comfortability. Sometimes people think that that's like we're comfortable calling each other that. I just don't think a professional should be doing that. So you might be surprised. Here's the other thing. How did that cop, the black cop, why was that even a complaint on him in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Did they happen to go through body cam and just view body cams of instances and overheard it? Or did somebody file a complaint against him for using the word? I mean, where you gonna go?
That's a good question.
Yeah, where you gonna go in the hood?
We don't know. Yeah.
Well, there's people out here that don't respect it when police talk to them crazy, and when they file a report, they tell the whole situation. They'll say, "Yeah, we was doing this and he was doing that. He didn't have to break my purse like that." This is a lady. I'm just saying. He didn't have to grab me on the arm. He walked me down, and they might ask in the interview, "Well, how was that conversation? What did y'all talk about?" And they bring it up, and then maybe the investigators are like, "Well, let me go view this tape. It's interesting. He said this, and now you got some evidence of what he said, and now they got to bring it to the attention to the chief and the lieutenants and them guys. I don't know how it came up. I don't think you in Westwood or in Kennedy Heights and you arrest, you telling some black folks, man, y'all get y'all asses over here, man. Y'all drinking too much. Y'all acting like some N's, and they go file a complaint because a black police officer called them an N. That's just unlikely in the world I live in. I don't know. Maybe it happened that way.
Ain't no telling, man. I mean, sometimes they're just doing internal investigations or they review the body cam just in the course of the investigation and might catch something.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you're right.
It's a tenuous situation because they got their own process about how they review stuff.
Right.
But probably, I would suspect that somebody probably complained about them using the N-word. That's my, what I'm saying. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no conversation.
But you know what it could have been? You know what it could have been that nobody's talking about, Black Russia, and we discovered it right here on Wyatt-Live. We're gonna give it a benefit of we're gonna play devil's advocate. You know who could have made the complaint about that black officer saying that N-word to those black folks? You know who could have did that?
The white officer there?
The white police officer on the scene. You damn right. You damn right. They could have been like, oh, wait a minute. I'm being professional out here not using that word, but it's okay for y'all to act any kind of way.
Right. I can't say that. Y'all can.
Right. Yeah. So it all depends. It all depends on how you look at it. So that could have been one of the things that happened. And I think that's why we need to be. That old fake thing of we got to be better. We not fake thing, but that thing that we've been told since we were little boys, Black Russia, and that is our daddies, our mamas, our aunts, our uncles. They always tell you, you can do it, but we got to be better. What that means is we got to have higher standards. We got to we got to hold our heads up high, and we got to be able to walk through fire. You know what I'm saying? And we got to keep our head on straight. We got to do better. We got to be better than the average person. And I live by that. I'll be honest with you. My mama told me that ever since I was born. And now as I grow as a man, I understood it a little bit different. It didn't mean that I had to get better grades. It meant I had to represent myself in a fashion, even if my grade was lower than the whole classroom. I had to just represent myself. I had to be a upstanding person. I had to be someone that nobody could look at. I had to keep my shirt clean and keep my dress pants straight. My shoes clean. I just had to be a better person so nobody could, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to give them some ammunition on me.
Right. I mean, again, I came from the same cloth. So it's like that would never be in my mind to use that word at work. Period. I don't care where I'm working at. Like I just don't do it at work. And it's like the word ain't gonna never leave because of pop culture, entertainment, and all that. But there's a level of decorum at your job that you have to sustain. There's just no excuse.
Right. I agree. All right, Black Russia, I'm gonna move on now, brother. I appreciate you, man. Hey, thanks for hey, bro. We might be millionaires come Friday. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, if we hit that thing, we going to every fight, bro. I know you're gonna probably promote working every day. I'm gonna be just make sure I get front row seats, bro.
No, we ain't going to no damn fights, brother. We gonna bring the fights to us.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna build an arena right in the Cincinnati area, and we gonna bring the Showtime cards right to Cincinnati, and hey, we gonna make it big. We gonna make it big.
That's what's up, bro. I just want to be in the building. I want to carry out somebody's belts and shit.
For sure, bro. For sure. Hey, peace and love to you, Black man. I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna take another call now, and then I got another topic. I hope you hang around for a little while. I got something I want to talk about. It's about the preacher who got robbed. I got an apology for that man. All right. So I want everybody to know that I do have an apology for him, and I'm gonna show you a video of why I have an apology for him. But I'll talk to you later, Black Rush. I'm gonna take another call, then I'm gonna move on to this other subject. Okay.
All right, peace and love to your family.
Peace. All right, I've missed a couple calls because, this is not the $20 million budget, okay? We don't have the $20 million over here. All right, so I'm working one phone line. So those that are trying to get in, I really appreciate you taking the time and waiting and all of that and being patient. Thank you very much. So here go that other caller. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
CK, what up, Mr. Wyatt?
I am Team CK. What up, CK? What's good with you, brother?
I had to call you, man. Hey, how you come with the best investment plan since Facebook?
I don't know, bro. We about to be rich.
Hey, you feel me? I'm like, Lord, I think
I'm
doing
it
right, man.
CK, hold on. How long you been listening, bro?
The whole show?
Okay, so now let me ask you, since you would know the yes or no question to this. You ain't Juicy on the Facebook in the thing. That ain't you, is it? Don't say you get Juicy. I'm just playing, bro. Somebody send they $10.
I'm gonna send it in, though. You know I got to get part of that.
All right, bro. Just Juicy, if you're out there, please send your real name. Send your government name.
And please be a woman. Please be a woman with a name like Juicy, please.
If it's anything other than a woman, listen, I am not gonna comment on it, but hey. Yeah. Okay. Juicy, please send your name.
Let it home. You say we got the Cash App and everything on the screen, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna put the Cash App up again. It is $Wyatt New Era, all one word. WYATTNEWERA New Era, and you can send it to me. And the cutoff, I'm gonna put this on the screen while I'm talking to you, bro. The cutoff is Friday evening at 7 p.m. So you got to have your $10 in. The $10 gets us 5 more pools. The goal, CK, is to get 50 people so we can get an additional 250 number combinations to try to win. The more, the better. The more, the better.
So, all right, so whatever you raise, are you going to match that on your personal side? Or you going to go, or you think you're going to buy more personal or raise more? which one you think you're gonna do?
CK, I thought you said you've been listening since the beginning of the show.
What you say you gonna match it?
Hell no. Wait, why I gotta put my money? I'm putting my $10
No,
in with
no,
everybody.
no. I'm saying, okay, I'm just saying if you raise 200, I'm just saying on your side, how much you gonna spend on your side? You gonna spend over 100?
Listen, this is the plan of this is the lottery, this is the group plan. If we have 50 people giving us $10, that's $500, right? We're gonna use that $500 to get 250 more. We're gonna get 250 more number combinations. All right, so that gives all of us 250 more chances to win.
Right.
But I ain't putting no more money on top of whatever we collect. Now I am gonna have.
No. I'm saying on your personal.
Oh, my personal.
Because I'm gonna do that too.
Oh,
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna invest in this with the 10, but then I might do 10 with you and then 10 by myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, I was saying how much was you gonna spend on your side?
I still had Juicy in my mind. My bad. Let me get it straight. Now, what I'm doing is I'm gonna put $10 in our lottery club so I'll have the equal investment. And if you send more than 10, if you have more than 10, it would be, let's say for instance, CK, it's you, your wife or loved one or whatever, but you would have to send those names in saying, hey, Wyatt, here's $30. So I have 3 people in the pool with me on my card. So that $30 gets us an additional 5, 10, 15 drawings. All right, 15.
Can one person do it twice? Can one person invest twice?
It's always a greedy motherfucker in the group, man. Just send $10 and you would get your same 20.
My bad, you gotta teach me the game. I don't know how to be fair.
No, you don't know how to be fair. Come on, CK. Look, now listen. The thing is this: if you send $10, your name will be attached to the 10. If you send 20, you better send somebody else. You can't say I'm CK. I'm sending 3, so I got 3. I'm getting more. I'm getting 3 times what I've invested. That's not how we really want to do it. I'm really trying to spread the love, and what I mean is
you're doing the right thing, man. But listen, through your platform, we see an integrity. You're not a man. See, the difference between you and the others is you're not a man of the media. You're a man of the people. See, a lot of this, we got the king of talk. He's adjusting. He's becoming a man of the people again, but he was 20 years in the media. So you got to respect that when you hear his platform. But when you hear Wyatt, you hear a man of the people. He's not coming from the media. So he wasn't told, media trained and all that.
Okay.
So you hear more sincerity from a man of the people, but then you can hear media manipulation from people that was in the media.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because they worked into it.
That makes sense. I get you. Although I like my man E. Me and E cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But that's why he calls himself the king of talk. Like when y'all debate him, I hear him still revert back to his media space. Like he hit you with one of these. He hit me with it before too. Oh, any reasonable person would never think like that.
Okay.
That's a great media training. I'm like, when you're teaching the young people. Yeah. But as far as the N-word, that is where we got to show people. Okay. Yes, if I say it, there's no justification for me saying it. Just because I do something, if I kill somebody, I kill somebody. I'm guilty of murder. I'm not going to justify the homicide because I did it. So if I say the N-word, I'm doing wrong. Just because I'm black don't make the word less painful.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I am degrading you by N-word when I know what you accomplished out here, Mr. Wyatt.
Yeah, that's real. And some of the things that some of these younger kids are going through, they're going through things that's not their fault, and their parents have them, in these situations, in these conditions, and they, they're out here with not a lot of training to be out on the street, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't feel comfortable calling a group of people that don't something and classifying them to a derogatory name like the N-word, because even if you're white or black, using it to describe an ignorant person, you're just as guilty as the white person saying it when you're bringing it like that.
Yep. Me using the N-word is just as painful as Marshak calling me the N-word because of my character, because of what I was taught. because I know I'm being a fake when I demean, I pick and choose. No, it got to be the same rules across the board.
Yeah, I agree. So let me ask you this, CK. How do they get rid? How do they? Do you think that this particular lady, that this cop, she should be fired?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. She should be terminated like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the job. Terminated.
Right.
And the African American policeman. He had hatred, but I don't have no excuse. Like you said, we all have jobs. We are professionals. I can't be the word around. Why you ain't crackers? Right. Use the cracker word. Why we always using the N word? Right. What's up, my cracker? I'm permanent and different. I like crackers. Crackers are cool. Don't be using the N word like, oh, that's my people. Nah. Yeah. I'm from Decatur, Georgia. We call it, hey, what's up, my cracker? Hey, I love crackers. I put out, why we don't do it? But we make every excuse for us to degrade each other. But when you 50-something years old, you still using the N word, but why you don't use that F word to describe homosexuals? Why you don't use the K word to describe Jewish people?
Did you say the S word to describe homosexuals? F. Okay, I got you. My bad. The F word. Okay.
F. You notice these guys are 50 and they still on here saying the N word, but they know they didn't learn not to use the F word in public, right?
Right.
They're not calling them a flaming, I'm not going to say it because of your platform. I respect it, but I'm just letting you know that that's where we are in society. The older black man is the death of the black people. It's because we are playing tough and we're raising the young people wrong with these analogies as far as using the N-word. They see us being immature. We're still fighting. We're still smacking each other like Chris Rock and Will Smith. So that's why once they start seeing people like us being rich and not using the N-word and not acting like how tough we is or talking down on people, that's when they can listen to you and respect you.
I respect that. Two things, CK. I like crackers too. I like peanut butter on my crackers. And the other thing is I made a mistake. I'm not a perfect man. And I made a mistake. I have two daughters, okay? And my youngest daughter is 17. She'll be 18 next April. So she just turned 17. I made a huge mistake because they're in today's world and society. Me growing up, I grew up in a word where homosexuals, it was a derogatory word back then, and it's even worse now, the F word.
Right.
I made a mistake, and I said that in front of them one time because I've heard all these other words that they okay with, which is queer. I've heard shit that was derogatory back in my day. I thought when you call somebody a queer, that was a derogatory. So I heard queer, and they like, yeah, she's queer, or he's queer, whatever. I heard those words, and I'm like, damn. Back in my day, those was like fighting words with little gay dudes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or gay people. So I made a mistake, and I was like, oh, he must be a F. I said it. This was a couple years ago, whatever. I don't know. But I didn't mean it in a way like, I was making fun or I just seen him on stage singing and the girls was going crazy. And I'm like, no, he a homosexual. But I said the F word and my kids jumped my ass almost like I said the N word like I was a white person.
Who, your daughter got on you?
Yes, they got on me because they said, Dad, you can't use that word. That's a derogatory. You are racist. You wrong for that. And I'm like, what did I say? Y'all sitting here saying queer and some other shit that I always thought was a derogatory term for gays. And I'm like,
are they equally offended by the N-word? That's the $1 million question.
I don't know.
Would they get on your ass the same way if you said the N-word?
Let's just say this, bro. I know not to use the F word describing homosexuals because it's offensive. Now, me growing up thinking that homosexuals were the F word, it was a derogatory word, but it was a simple word for us growing up. Anybody on here that's listening and think I'm on some bullshit or think I'm lying, y'all know that the F word for homosexuals was a common word that came out of our mouth, and it didn't necessarily mean that we was saying something to be nasty, to throw, to like
it didn't
poke
get
them in the
bad
heart.
until Obama, the Rainbow Coalition shut down the they defended the gay people and made the F word more hurtful than it was previously before that. Remember, it was casually used, like the term of engagement. It was like the N-word before the Obama administration. They welcomed it in, and now I'm like, dang, I wish he would have did that with the N-word. Just imagine if he made the N-word like the F word. That would be an accomplishment.
Exactly.
Because he did that with the F word.
Exactly. And it probably should have been done. Because if you really think, great point, CK. If you really think about it, back when we were using the F word, we weren't quite using the N word like that back then. You see what I'm saying? Like back when I was a kid, we didn't call each other the N word. Now, when NWA and them came up in the 90s, the N word was not only used a lot, it was in their damn name.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Oh, so that's it. That's it. That's before Christ, after Christ. Before NWA, after NWA.
Yeah, it became a normal trending thing to say in endearment, in pain and suffering. I don't know any other word that you can use in America that word to the black, like for any community in America. The N-word has so many different meanings that from such pain and suffering, I don't know. I mean, we watch white people use it and it was deplorable. It was horrible. Then we use it amongst each other to be grateful to each other, but we use it in different ways that are for good and bad that I think it's just not balanced, and I need to do away with it, period. Because you got you got girls, 18 and 19-year-old little girls that are about to be women that don't know no better. They say, I am that bitch. I'm that bitch.
Yep.
I'm the nigga you don't want to F with. All that shit. I'm like, what? Where you about to go?
Older black men saying, you're still going around calling women bees. They still going around calling each other bees.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but we call bees is not just for women, not for the, it's just a term for like, it could be for a dude.
Right. We just gotta look out. We gotta be a little bit more. And here go the thing, man. I just got on here and talked about how horrible it was for that police lady to be removed. What she said was horrible, and she needs to be removed. And I'm standing on my circle with that. But I feel a little different. I mean, I gotta say this. I don't feel like I have much to stand on with black men, professional black police officers who are doing the same thing, who are saying the same words. I don't know if I can necessarily be like all that mad at her anymore. Now, I know there's a different, content, so they say, but I'm telling you that I didn't heard it come out of some black police officers, especially in New Orleans. When I lived in New Orleans, I had the worst experience with police officers, and it was from brothers. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, Atlanta like that. Them black cops in Atlanta, they hate you like the Ku Klux Klan.
Well,
because these is the guys you grew up with and went to school with, so he might got a crush on your wife. So it's personal to stuff when you're dealing with black police officers sometimes.
But brother,
when it's dominated.
You
mentioned Atlanta. Leave you with this, though.
Hold on 1 second, CK. You mentioned Atlanta. Remember a few years ago, it might have been in 2020, when down in Atlanta, those kids from Howard, those college kids was driving the car and they were all downtown. It was some stuff it wasn't no stuff jumping off, but they were doing some things and the traffic was bad. And they pulled those Howard University kids out of the car and they took them out, handcuffed them, treated them like shit. When we watched that video, those were black cops that did that to those Howard University students. And I can only imagine what they were saying. I can only imagine. I'm sure they wasn't saying, when they was roughing them up, I'm sure they wasn't saying, oh, these some nice ass jeans y'all got on. Here, put your hands behind your back. Do it like this, Jack. Do this month. Do that. No, I'm sure it was derogatory words being said the way you was handling these young people. I'm sure it was.
Man, I had one. I was at IHOP. One just shoulder bumped me so hard. Big old black cop, man, with the bulletproof vest. He shoulder bumped me, man. I'm like, it would have been on and popping if you wasn't no police. But I'm just looking at him like, for real, really? And I'm looking at him like he just did that because I'm black. You're black and you shoulder bumping me like that. You just, you must be like, yeah, say something. I dare you to say something.
Right.
Like that. But I just want to leave you with this.
Okay.
Remember they asked you, you got attacked. They asked you, they said, is your wife black?
Yeah, I remember that.
On the King and I,
yeah,
right?
On King and I, yeah.
That's because of your beliefs. Your beliefs got you. Now, since I'm making such great points, you want to diverge the conversation to what color my wife is. You know, and I asked you straight up, and you told me your wife was black.
She is.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
so
she's been black. She's been black.
It's already known, but they can't understand. Take your stance on it.
Yeah, she been black for about 27 years since I've known her. I've known my wife for 27 years. We've been married 22 years. So she's been black all I've known. As long as I've known her, she's been black.
So when you make great points as an attorney, your character gets tested because they can't handle the truth coming now. Okay, since he just said the truth, let's go after him. Let's go. Listen, you already you stood firm in the dirt. That is, you are for black people, just like this $1 billion. So you should never be, your integrity should never be in question. Because I think once you got a black family, I think now we know he's for black people. But I think you might have an alternative motive if you have a white wife and white children. You might be part of their, you might try to push their agenda. But I think by you having black wife and black kids, you push black agendas.
Ooh, CK, you just touched something. I gotta feel it for a second. I gotta touch this for a second, brother, because you know what? First of all, you made 2 great points, and it had nothing to do with me, okay? But I want to let you know where you made 2 great points. Whenever certain people get put into a corner of talking about policies and they go against how you feel about certain things, once they lose the fight and the argument and they have nowhere to go and they pent in a corner, then it becomes a personal attack. Then it becomes like what you said. Oh, he must be married to a white woman. That has nothing to do with what we were just talking about. You see what I'm saying? It has nothing to do about the issues that we're discussing, but that's a diversion, like you said. It's a diversion. Here's the other thing, the great point you just made. So you're a firm believer that just because a black person, who the words female black or black man, you're just saying because they're a black person and they look like they suppose like this is an opportunity for the black community, you're saying that individual, just because they black, may not be the best opportunity for the black community just because they black, right? Right. You feel that way, right? Right. So it's funny.
The diversion technique.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of black people who say shit like, oh, we got a black VP. We got a black this. We got a black that. We got black this and that. I'm okay with all of that. But what do they say to the point of when those black people have an opposite race spouse? How do you feel? Right. Are you just okay with the black picture on the wall or the representation? Or do you really want that black person to do for you? Or what's more important to you? The representation, the look, or what's really going to happen in the back room, or what's going to happen policy-wise? Because those same people, CK, that argue about that black shit, I wonder what they say. It's crickets right now when you get a Supreme Court justice who has a white husband. That's crickets. They don't talk about that shit. They just want to be okay with it being a black woman. But they don't talk about, well, why is she with a black man? Why? And then same thing. It's crickets with Kamala Harris, with the vice president. It's fucking crickets, bro. You can hear you can hear a fly pissing on the moon. They won't touch that subject. But why is she with a white man? And you know you're dealing with an ignorant person. Another thing they gonna say, if they're not gonna hit you with that, they're gonna say, oh, you must be a Trump supporter. Exactly. You don't set your dumb ass up forever. Exactly. I hate that. But them the same ones. But I'm gonna leave you with that, man. I'm gonna listen to you, brother. Appreciate it. That with you, man. I appreciate it, man. Make sure you don't send Juicy. Yes, sir. Bring a real name. All right, brother. All right, man. Yes, sir. That's CK. I'm Team CK. He brought up a couple points, man. I ain't on it. I don't want to have that conversation. But this is the place to have that conversation. Because it's funny how people always want to talk that black pro-black shit. Oh, they don't want what's her name on there. They don't want her because she black. They making all these comments because she black. She black and black and black. But y'all didn't say Biden chose her because she had a white husband. That never came up. It's crazy. Y'all pick and choose when you want to use the black thing. It just don't make no sense to me. I'm going to take one more call before I get out of here for the day. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, what's going on, Wyatt? Just Key. How are you?
Key, what's good with you? Long time no talk to.
I know. I still be listening. Sometimes I can't get through because you got so many people wanting to get in and talk. So
nah, it's
yeah,
cool,
so I'm
sis.
just calling to support, trying to get in.
Good to
or
hear
whatever.
from you. Good
Saying
to hear
hey, showing support.
Hey.
And then just calling in. Just wanted to say about like how you were talking about the lady officer, the white officer, about should she be fired or not?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, did you see on the video the way she was like crinkling up that notepad?
Yeah.
Like she was angry. So it was like she about ready to snap.
Yeah. And if
so
she don't kill him, she might kill herself.
Because she's gonna do something irate
one
day.
I agree. She can't handle them streets. I don't know how long she's been on the force. It don't matter. Her time is up. If she started last year, I'm sorry, Key. I'm just saying. If she started last year, her time is up. If she's been on the force for 15 years, her time is up. We don't need that on the streets.
I didn't even know she was on the force that long. But then they was talking about like all her personal stuff, like domestic violence, and she took a class, an anger management class, but that ain't help. They can see per the video that she just probably faked it to make it through that anger management class so she wouldn't lose her job. But you can tell she really has some mental issues and anger issues, and she's about ready to pop and snap.
I agree. And let me just say this for the record, Key. I hope people understand where I'm coming from. I would have this same energy if they had a black cop who was making the same comments opposite of his race. And he was saying, I can't stand these crackers. These all out here doing such and such. If they had that on video, I would stand behind them saying, this man needs to be removed because he doesn't need to be out there working in a or an area, right? Or black people if he feel that way. He don't need to be. He don't need to be out there. So I'm just gonna stick to my circle. She needs to be removed.
Yeah, because like you say, when they have that racial anger, they can just snap on anybody. Like you say, white or black. It's just like if you see somebody with that kind of frustration, they willing to take it out on anybody.
Exactly. And you know what? She gonna mess around and hurt somebody or herself.
She is, because like I'm surprised she ain't run up on the curb and run them over, whatever. The way she was clenching that, go back and look at it again for you all that's listening that probably didn't pay attention to the video. Go back and look at it again and look how she clenching that notepad like she about to lose her gasket.
Yeah, she was having a fit. She was having
a moment. And then she walking around with a gun too.
No. Hey, and you know they got that power of being to do that justifying killing. You know, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's
she
the
gonna
thing.
say she fear for the fear for my life or whatever, and then she probably be with the one that cut off her camera or put something in front of it, and they be like yelling like get down on the ground, and knowing good and well they probably already on the ground, but covering up the kid. You know them type of manipulators that do that.
I get it. You know, there's a lot of people, Key, that don't think that I think that way, but I know more than they do when it comes to stuff like that because I've been a victim of it. I've seen it happen to other people. A lot of people fight this fight and they just going by what they didn't heard. They ain't never seen it. My best friend in New Orleans was shot and killed by the police. I told this story a year and a half ago on Wyatt-Live right here on the show. It was at the beginning stages of us doing it. My friend Don Franklin in New Orleans, him and I were outside playing and it was late night and we were doing some wrong, but I know, I don't want to get into this long story, but I know they shot and killed him, and I know he didn't do what they said he did. And when his mama at the funeral, when his mama looked at me, and I couldn't help but tell her, like, I know he didn't do what they said he did. I know Don, he wouldn't have done that. See what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have done it. So I've been. You know what the crazy thing, Key, is? I ran one way, he ran the other way. And it just so happens that the police ran the way he ran. They chose to chase him. And I could hear the gunshots. And I just say to you, I wouldn't be here today possibly if they would have chose to run the way that I ran. You see what I'm saying? So
because if you heard the gunshots, it sounded like it was like a quick decision. Like they ain't even take no time to get no information. Like they just fired off.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It was justified because Don had a gun. Now, I didn't have a gun. I'd never really been no gun guy till now in life because of what I do for a living. But Don had a gun on him. But he was not the type of dude that was going to point a gun at the police. So by the time we heard the shots and I rushed, Everybody went back over there. I know in my heart that they put that gun a certain place because Don would not have drawn a gun on the police. This is a kid that was from the 5th Ward. He was not afraid to go to jail. He had been there before, and he would have did whatever time he was going to get or whatever was coming to him legally. He would have took that. You know, if you catch him, he would have went to jail. But he was not going to be no suicide by cop type situation. He was not going to draw his gun on a police officer. I know he wouldn't have done that. You see what I'm saying? I know him. I've been with him for 2 years of my life. I knew he wouldn't have done that. So if anybody could walk around here bitter, and there's a lot of people that have had encounters, son being shot by the police or whatever. I've had a best friend shot and killed by the police and didn't believe the story. But I still don't think all police officers are like that.
Right.
You understand? But this lady, Key, she got to go. That lady got to go.
Yeah, she got to go. Just by the video and then how she keeps saying it, and just like I say, she about to lose her just from that video. I could just imagine it in person. And then, she's a tick boom. She needs to go because she's not mentally stable.
So what do you think
and
about
then fighting her family members and all this other crap? And then she went to anger management and that didn't work.
She got issues. So what do you think the fact, Key, of her blaming it on rap music?
I've heard that a few times from people blaming stuff on, like I think some celebrities do that, or something I said. Like it seems like it's common with people of other races when they use that word that they blame it on rap music or gangster movies, like with black people or whatever. People like that, the urban, as they call urban movies. So I've heard that a lot where they go where they can go, and then they probably figure like, okay, they can get away with saying that because. Why can't we? It's in the song. I'm just singing the song. I'm saying it with the song, so I'm thinking it's okay because it's in the song.
Well, you know what? I do have an issue with one thing, Key. I'm gonna talk about this here in a second. As soon as we get off the line about us using that N-word, somebody just sent me, and I don't know who did it. Somebody sent me or sent us in the messenger group on Wyatt-Live messenger group on Facebook. They sent a clip, and it was Dave Chappelle. I don't know who all seen this, but Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and Kevin Hart on stage, and they had a goat. And they're live.
Oh, this was recently. This happened like a few days ago.
Yeah. Because
they just sent you.
Yeah, because this happened today. They sent me the video today. But on that, it's not a skit. That's them on stage, live in front of white, predominantly white crowd. And they said that they named this goat Will Smith. Goat's name is Will Smith. And you got 3 prominent, high, powerful black guys in the entertainment industry up on stage. Now, keep in mind, this is not me shitting on these guys because I rock with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite guys in the comedian space right now. Kevin Hart, he's not my favorite comedian, but I think he's funny. I
don't think he's funny.
Okay, I
think he was funny on Real Men of the little reality show.
Real Men of
funny on there, but as a comedian, I don't think he's funny. Dave Chappelle funny, Chris Rock funny,
and then Chris Rock, he's in my top tier of comedians as well because of he's not the funniest guy, but I love the topics that he bring up when he's doing his comedy skits. It's important for people to hear. So we got 3 of our powerful guys. I'm talking main crossover black comedians. I'm not talking about the guys that you bring in the city and you bring them to a 1,000-spot arena. I'm talking about big names like Dave Chappelle who gonna pack the house with probably predominantly white people. These guys are up on stage, and Dave Chappelle couldn't stop saying the N-word about everything. Chris Rock didn't really say much, but my 2 guys, Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart were up there blowing the N-word to death. And I'm saying to myself, you got a predominantly all-white audience watching y'all. Now, keep in mind, these guys I like. Like, I rock with Dave Chappelle. But the thing I could criticize him and critique him about is, please, bro, it do even sound funny the way you say it, but you didn't call the GOAT the nigga. You didn't call everything up there nigga. And I got to figure out, where do we draw the line even challenging our own folks when they're describing things and trying to be funny and using that word to describe other black men in other situations, and you're talking to a predominantly white crowd. And we trying to have beef. We trying to be beefing with these white people because they use the word or they laugh at the word or they say something about the word, but yet we entertaining them with the word. Does anybody see a catch-22 there? Or is it just we can do it and you can't? You know what I mean? That just don't make sense to me.
Well, and Dave Chappelle, he like on his, I think his Netflix special was like a lot of white people in there. I think he was using N-word then on his Netflix special. So Dave Chappelle, I know he uses it a lot throughout his comedy.
Yes.
But as far as Kevin Hart, I didn't know he did. I didn't know he did. I don't know, because I ain't never really seen him out in an arena. I just seen him on his little specials. So I don't know if he used it out when he's tour or whatever, but I didn't know he used it like that. And then, but like, I'm thinking it's all about, okay, yeah, we can say it, but y'all better not say it. And then it's like, okay, you laughing at it, but like when Dave Chappelle had his show, he was saying like it was the way that they laughed at certain stuff, which made him walk away from his show because they were laughing at him like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you N-word. Basically, like they was laughing at some of the skits like that.
Yeah, they wasn't laughing
I think
at his
it's like
stuff.
a certain part, but I think it's like the way he feel when he said and the way the crowd, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you say, it is a catch-22, but I think he gets a feel from the people to where it's like, okay, I'm comfortable saying it with this crowd of people or whatever, versus if I was in a certain type, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do that if he going to the White House doing a comedy show. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, I guess it's in a certain space or whatever. Or then sometimes too, like since they kind of trying to cancel him, he probably saying, F it, I'm gonna say what I want to, cancel this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I get it. I just think we need to monitor what we doing, and that'll play a big part. That'll solidify that'll play a big part on us standing together and standing solid and making it a bad thing for everybody to do, because you don't mean it. We can sit here and fool each other and say we mean it, we mean it in some type of endearment, like we care or whatever. But you know what? I know that them boys out in LA, when they gang banging and they calling each other the N-word and shooting each other, and it's not just in LA, it's throughout the country. These guys are saying that word before they shoot somebody. So I don't think that's a level of saying the N-word.
Yeah, they're not saying it as love, but like you say, it's well, it's just like, you know how like Bernie Mac said, like the MF, it could be a person, place, or a thing. You can use that cuss word like any way you do it. So some people, like you said, they can flip it to be a positive or a negative, or whatever. So. You can flip it in any situation where you want to use it. It's one of those words where they can use it in any scenario and flip it whichever way they want to.
That makes sense. I'm still not a fan of it, and I'm guilty of it myself. I'm not a perfect guy. But, it's my upbringing. Unfortunately, I can't get away from some of the things. I've learned from my daughters not to use the F word. I would never call anybody that to their face. I would never call them that behind, not to make fun of them. I just used it as another way of saying somebody was gay. But I said it to my family after I didn't heard all these other words that I thought was derogatory too, like queer, but like
you said, they flipped that word just like the N word. They flipped it to where okay, it's not okay. We can use this because I think they flipped the definition of it. Okay. But like you say, like the F word. When we were kids, that's the word that we knew. Normal? But like you said, we weren't saying it to like hurt nobody. They was just using it for somebody that's like a soft person, you know what I mean? Right. Not like a feminine person or anything like that, or anything with but somebody just like didn't have the guts to do something. Right. That's what the word they use. Listen. Just like now, it's something other you would use to say that. Just use the S word to say somebody was soft. The S and the F word.
Listen.
Is it an S or a C?
You can't grow up downtown in Law Homes and be a little boy and play sports and have rock fights and get into shit and never have been called the F word. It's impossible. That's like I said, that back I don't know if it was like the late 80s, early 90s, that was the word. I've been called the F word when I was that was the word. I cried when I got clipped. We didn't know anything else. That one, or like I said, the S word. I don't know if it's an S or a C. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. Which what?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see what it rhyme with.
Who is it? Is it what?
The S words rhyme with let's see. Is it picky? S. The S word rhyme with, I think rhyme with picky.
Rhyme with what?
Rhyme with picky.
Picky, sticky.
Yeah.
Shitty, sticky. Girl. I can't figure that shit out. You gonna have me all night.
You know, it sounds kind of like that.
You messed up all night trying to figure this shit out. Sticky.
Somebody
what the hell?
Type it in the chat.
Pissy, sissy. Some people.
There you go. You said it.
Pissy. That you
no,
could have
with the S.
Sissy. Oh, you can say that.
No, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
Remember, that's what they used to say too. That and the F word.
Man, look, I don't know an uncle that didn't call somebody a sissy back in the day. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Them was the words. But now, I don't know if you can say that without being derogatory.
Oh, probably not.
I don't know.
Shit, these kids, man. Like I heard somebody say it the other day, man. This world is not built for kids that had to come up like we did. Even the playgrounds is soft. The playgrounds is even soft. They don't even make the concrete the same way no more. Back in my day, you get skint up with a Coca-Cola bottle and all rocks and shit all over the playground, and you couldn't even play on the playground because there was so much shit on the ground. These days, everything is soft. You touch the ground, and it's like cotton. It's like really, really soft and shit. Them kids fall on there and bounce right back up. I mean, it's just a different generation. So
it is, and every this generation is really sensitive. You can't really say much to them, and then also it's a lot of depression. People want to kill it. It is really they like can't handle it. You know, like back when we were growing up, we had to be tough. We didn't have no choice. Yeah. You had to learn to take stuff, and we took it. And that's how it built us to be strong. But these days, these kids, you say something like a boy break up with them, they ready to kill themselves. A girl break up with them, they ready to kill themselves. It's just this world is just too sensitive.
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
It is. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than it was back in the day. But hey, we got to deal with it. It's no big problem. We can make it happen. We can bring them back. I promise. So on a higher note, what's up with that Garrett popcorn? You still getting your franchise or what? I know they don't have franchises available. Tracy Dillingham was working on that, and she's saying they don't have no franchises. They not doing that. So I gotta kind of fall back on that.
In on this.
Nah, man, I wish I could. I would love to get some Garrett's popcorn. Right now, all I can do is just order it and have it on deck right here at the house. I can't really, there's no room for them to expand, they said, from my understanding. So we'll see. You never know. Things could change.
Exactly.
All right, Key. I appreciate you calling in. Thanks for.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good one.
Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep. All right.
That was Key. Showing love, showing support. She always say like and subscribe. I'll put those words in her mouth. She didn't say it this time, but I'll say it for her. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you over there right now. Hit the like and the share on Facebook. What else we got going on? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Do something over at Twitter over there with us. Oh, I don't think we were connected to Twitter. Oh man, I missed Twitter today. All right, I'll send it over there to them later on. I'll send it over there a little bit later and see what happened. Let me see what happened. Hey, caller.
It's Key again. I was going to say it. Everybody like and subscribe.
I already put the words in your mouth.
Up, y'all.
I put the
Hit
words
the notification bell. Share it and everything else, you guys.
Appreciate you, Key. Thank you. I didn't want to say it. You said it. Okay, I said it for you, but go ahead.
I heard you. That's why I was like, oh, he said I was going to say it, but I was not talking too much. All right, Wyatt, enjoy the rest of your day. All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Till next.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you, Key. My bad. I hit the switch. My bad. My apologies. She said like and subscribe, y'all. Appreciate it. Hey, I was only going to be here for an hour, but you know how y'all hold me hostage. I can't do nothing with an hour with y'all, man. Y'all hold me hostage. I didn't even get into this one story that I wanted to talk about. And it's not even a story. I've already talked about it. It was about the preacher, the bishop, who got robbed. I owe him an apology. I think I'll hold it till next show. I think I'll hold it until tomorrow. But I owe him an apology. And what I'll do is I'll put a post out and I'll talk about that apology tomorrow of why. Couple things why I got a couple people here still. Let me just show this to you. I got 2 advertisements to show you right now. One of them is this. Get in on our lottery club real fast. Get in on our lottery. We got 2 days, 2.5 days till this Friday at 7 p.m. to get that $10 payment so we can get 5 more tickets, 5 more shots at that $1 billion. If you miss this, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be that guy who come back on the show. Okay? Because I'm coming. Win or lose, I'm coming back. And I'm going to talk about your ass if you're not part of this. Matter of fact, you ain't even going to like us no more. You ain't going to like us no more. Because we still going to do Wyatt-Live with us sitting on 15, 20 million a piece. We still going to do it. Okay? And I'm just going to tell you, if you miss this opportunity to get in with us and get this money, that's on you. Don't ever call, write, fax, text me, and say shit like, how do I invest in some money and some sure things and this and this and this? This is not a sure thing, the lottery, but I don't know anywhere else you can bet $10 and possibly win millions of dollars. My ultimate goal, quite honestly, if I had a goal, I'd say this is it. My ultimate goal is to have 50 of us, $10. That gives us 250 attempts. You get it? That gives us 250 attempts at $1 billion. Now, you can go off on the sidebar and do whatever you're going to do and make your money and bet another $100, $200. Do what you want to do. But this is the Wyatt-Live family group. This is us doing it as a family, and I would love to be able to have us all stand up on the stage together with one big-ass check for $1 billion, knowing that we got a 50 man and woman split, knowing we all going to be millionaires if we win. That's the greatest feeling. I want it just for that feeling. Not necessarily, I want the money. Let me show you my face when I say that shit. I want the money. But I think I want that feeling of making 50 millionaires more. I can get money. Okay, I don't know if I can get $1 billion. I'm a little older. It's going to take way more than what I'm doing right now to accumulate $1 billion. Way more. But I think the satisfaction of this is beyond money. To be able to say I have 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 family members from the podcast, from our show at Wyatt-Live, and we're now all millionaires, and we can all do something together at an equal level and say, hey, let's go buy these 300 acres of land. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's start wealth building. See, unfortunately, I'm a little technical. I hate it when I hear other people say wealth building. Buying a home is not wealth building. Just being honest with you. It's becoming self-sufficient. Okay? Buying investment properties, that's wealth building. Buying things that accumulate profit and you don't have to live in it or wake up in it every day. Somebody else is paying it for you. That's accumulating wealth. We get it mixed up. That's why sometimes when you misled and people are telling you things and they don't know, that's why you got to be careful who you listen to, because when you listen to things, they don't even know. So how they going to guide you? How the blind going to guide the blind? So when you got somebody sitting here talking about wealth building and shit like that, all I'm telling you is this. You got to understand what wealth is before you start building towards it. You got to understand what anything is before you can start pursuing it. That's anything in life. There's a huge difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. Do you get it? There's a huge difference between a rich man or a rich woman and a wealthy man or a wealthy woman. In generality, let me tell you what happens. Wealthy people cut checks to rich people. Get it? That's how that works. Shaq, Martin, all those guys were rich, but they got their money from somebody. They got their money from a wealthy man who cut their checks every Friday. That's the difference between rich and wealthy. So maybe one day we'll have that conversation of how do you establish wealth? It ain't nowhere near what you think it is, because people that's always talking about wealth building, they usually not wealthy themselves. They're not even rich. So how is a person that's not even rich going to teach you how, first of all, to be something over and beyond what they are? That's crazy. And second of all, I might sound like a hater for saying that shit, but somebody got to be real with you. Somebody got to be real to us in our community. Somebody got to tell you to sit your ass down when it's time to sit down. Somebody got to tell you you ain't got it when you ain't got it. Somebody got to be 100 with you. That'll be myself. That'll be I. That'll be I. And I don't have a problem doing it. Just understand that it's coming from a love. It's coming from love. It's coming from a space. It's coming from a spot in my heart that if you were my friend and you walked out the bathroom and you had some toilet paper on the back of your shoe, I'm that friend that'll tell your ass, you got toilet paper on the back of your shoe. I'm that friend that if you walk out here, girl, you got a booger in your nose. I'm that friend. Girl, wipe your nose. I ain't gonna let you get out here and get food on. It ain't gonna happen. And I ain't gonna let somebody tell you about wealth building. They ain't got a dime. And they gonna point you in a direction that they ain't even going in. I ain't that guy. So I might be classified as that guy that you love to hate. Hey, man, that's my time, man. Tomorrow, I know for sure, tomorrow I'm going to give my public apology to the preacher, to the bishop who got jacked while giving his sermon. And I'm going to be honest with you. I said some things. I said some shit on the show last week. Go look it up. Insurance fraud. I think I was on King and I think it was Monday. I said, he did some other shit. And then the conversation came in about church and preachers don't have no business with $1 million chain, $1 million worth of jewelry. I'm going to cover all that tomorrow. I got one more public service announcement, if you don't mind. It's a little early to do this because, we always lose our, y'all don't store shit. Y'all don't put shit in your phone and put things like coming up soon stuff. Some of you don't do it. You just always say to your old ass, like me, your old ass always say, I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember that. I got it. I understand. I got it. I'm going to remember that shit. And I miss it because my memory don't serve me well as much as it don't serve me like it used to. So I'm going to put this out in the air. Monday, this up and coming Monday, this is what we got coming up. Go to my Facebook page or go to Wyatt-Live's page or YouTube page or whatever and look at this. The King and I podcast. It's August the 1st. That's this Monday coming up. Live from Eli's Barbecue down on Findlay Market. You know what? You know what's crazy? I grew up going to Findlay Market. My grandmama went to Findlay Market. I never knew it was Findlay. That is not Findlay Market. That is Findlay Market. That ain't nowhere near how we've been saying this shit for my whole life. Findlay Market. I thought it was Findlay Market. When I was a baby, when I was a kid, it was Friendly Market. I didn't know no better. It was friendly. Then it went from friendly. I was hearing it different. Then it went to Findlay Market. Now, as a grown-ass man, 2 times over, I see that it's Findlay Market. Maybe it's just me. But you can't tell me it ain't nobody from Law Homes downtown, nobody from Lincoln Courts, from Stanley Road Ties, nowhere down in the terrace, nobody said Findlay Market. And if you say you said that shit, you lying. But anyway, we'll be there Monday. We'll be there this Monday at 1 p.m. doing a live podcast. It'll be myself and, of course, Emmanuel Livingston, the king in our podcast. We're doing it live. This is sponsored by Eli's Barbecue. Come down. We're going to give away a couple little things. I ain't going to tell you what I'm giving away. But you might be able to get you a little sandwich. A sandwich. You might be able to get you a sandwich or something. I might give away a gift certificate or something like that. Give you an opportunity to taste some of the Eli's Barbecue or whatever they got going on down there. You know, he got pulled pork. He got a lot of stuff. And I want to say thank you to my man Eli. You know, that's my guy. And listen, man, come on down, enjoy. We'll be outside, tentative the weather. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. All right? If you don't mind me saying this, I'm going to lead this up while I say it. No, I'll tell you what. Let me take my face. Let me show you how serious I am when I say this shit, okay? There's only two things that can stop me Monday from being at that show, that live broadcast. And I said it's tentative to the rain. Right now, I think some weather woman sent me something saying it's 55% chance of rain that day. I don't know who pays attention to Cincinnati weathermen 5 days away, 6 days away, or 4 days away. They always wrong. You don't know what the weather going to be till the day of in Cincinnati. But let me just say this to you. There's only two things that's going to keep me away from the show on Monday. And that is the rain, because we're going to go outside and set up outside. There's tables outside. It's going to be, hopefully it'll be a great day, but it's a good thing to be down on Finlay Market and seeing everybody. So the rain is the thing that'll hold me back. And then there's only one other thing that'll hold me back. And that is, if we win that $1 billion come Friday night, I will not be at Eli's on Monday. I won't be there. If we win that $1 billion, my ass won't be there. So those are only two things that's going to stop me. The only two things that'll stop me. The weather, and if we hit this jackpot, damn it. If we hit this jackpot, life will be different for a lot of us. Hey, peace and love to everybody, man. This is Wyatt. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Spread the word that I'm going to apologize to the bishop. I'm going to say I'm sorry to the bishop tomorrow live on the air, and I'm going to tell you why. This is Wyatt. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love. See you tomorrow live.
Check it out. Fuck all that pretty shit. Taking it back to the gutter for you motherfuckers. There's no darling.
I would swirl like Mars when I spit these bars. Come fuck with these stars up in luxury cars. We built them radars to stay free from the cops. Crucial choices to make like AC at a drop. And we gon' stop shit, man. Never my squad go broke. Your squad ought to choke. Watch your circle vanish like cigar smoke. And when your ones don't show, nigga, I know. Might say been there, done that like Dre. Through hard work, I earned the vault. Promise God to never look back or I turn to salt. Got nice watch cars, nice bitches and rings. Guess it's safe to say a nigga like me got nothing. Can't relate to motherfuckers who ain't got no cake. When you all fucked up and can't get no break. When your fake ass friends don't help you out when you need it. Be on some real bullshit, politely tell you to be. Fuck that, get your nigga, don't ask me for shit. That's what I did, now they all asking for hits. You niggas songs, for the simple fact, I let it be known. We still fly, but separately, cause now I chart on my own. Come on, propellers, big fellas, leave all them player haters jealous. Billboard charts should tell us, they can't touch us. Why niggas bring the ruckus? Because release date's bigger than Mandela's, motherfuckers.
Yellow boy, these ghetto streets, and every day they gotta fight, stay alive. It's just reality.
Check. These here's the dog years, and motherfuckers don't share. I try to bring you life, but motherfuckers won't dare. So I travel with the barrel, with the chrome, with the lead. So When it's on, then it's on. The shots blown through your head. I've been rich, I've been poor, I saved and blown bread. Some say I've been here before because of the way I zone. Some said chicken songs like the fall in the Rome. Reoccurring, that he thinks like that cause he's observant. Won't be known till I'm gone and niggas study my bones. Meant to leave in many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. In the physical, when seen like a lost body. In fact, my thoughts don't differ much from that of God body. But it's the all-shotty that got cats likening me to the Marv John body. Rap doing me cause I got it locked like the late Bob Marley. Pardon me, y'all, the great Bob Marley. Solemnly we mourn all the rappers that's gone. Niggas that got killed in the field and all the babies born. No, they ain't fully prepared for this new world order. So I keep it ghetto like sunflower seeds and quarter waters. You walk them through it, you know, talk them through it. Know these beats is more than music whenever I talk to it. Destined for greatness and y'all knew this when I doubled the pie. Had the shorty and the girdle coming out of BWI. I hated algebra, but I love to multiply. And I told my nigga Big I'd be multi before I die. It's gonna happen, whether rapping or clapping. Have it your way, cause if that's my dope you're trapping, I'm clapping your way. So get over.
In these ghetto streets, and every day they gotta fight, stay alive. That's just reality.
Damn, it feel good to see people up on it. Flip 2 keys in 2 weeks and didn't flaunt it. My brain is haunted with mean dreams. This with BBs on it. Supremes to get richer than Richie quickly. Niggas wanna hit me if they get me. Dress my body in linen by Armani. Check it. My lyrical carjack make your brain flat. High caliber gas is all I fuck with. Now keep the rough shit in my circumference. Mad bitches with mad Lucci. Bulletproof vests under their coochie. Spitting my Uzi. Don't lose me. My trigger niggas represent. Driving dirty in J30s. Getting big. Enter my hit holes. My murder mommies. I be smoking trees and Belize when they find me. While you still killing niggas with Panani. Like Connie and Cyrus up in Cyprus. Fuck you raw. You're on the floor with the virus. While I just swing coke. Smoke pounds and chill. Got lawyers watching lawyers so I won't go broke. Now check it. The country niggas call me Frank White. I'm squirting off in my north. Of course I know my shit's tight. Sunrise, open my eyes, no surprise. Got my shorty flying in with keys taped to her thighs. With all the utensils who hang my China thing. She half black, half oriental. 86, she got me rental. This situation ain't accidental. G's respect me.
These ghetto streets,
G's respect.
and every day